Everyone, welcome back to another episode. Yeah, Cal?
I don't know. Fucking nose out your finger out your
My nose out my finger.
Yeah.
Lock it in!
Hey everyone, welcome to episode 9 of Just Us Guys. I'm joined here with Cal, Evan, and Cade as usual. Yeah, how was everyone's weekend? Honestly, I mean, I don't really know how to follow up that intro, so how was everyone's weekend?
What did I do this weekend? Play video games and had to drive.
You know what? I had a nice weekend with my girlfriend for Valentine's Day. We made a huge seafood dinner on Sunday, and that was the highlight of my weekend.
She made a huge seafood dinner.
No.
What did you make it?
No.
I saw the dinner. What do you
I
make?
helped make crabs. I helped make the shrimp Alfredo.
I need
didn't
receipts.
make all of it, but I did help.
I need receipts.
So what you're
Plain and
saying
simple.
is you just boiled some water.
No.
You went like this with the salt.
No,
Yeah.
I grilled the shrimp. You know what I mean? I've never made Alfredo sauce.
Well, how did you grill the shrimp without a grill?
Dude, on a stove. It's the same thing.
That's
It's
not
searing.
Okay. It's the same thing for February 14th and when it's 12 degrees.
It's not 12.
Real Men Grill.
Yeah, 12.
Real Man Grill. All right, well, that's cool, Cade. Way to rub that in all the single people's faces.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, no, I just watched a bunch of sports.
Yeah.
Honestly, super slow week for sports news. I didn't
Yeah.
really. I mean, we tried coming.
I
up
mean,
with
there was a
some
couple
stuff.
big things, but it happened
But-
like so early on last week that
Yeah, no, fair enough.
it's technically
breaking-
old news. Everything's
breaking-
old news.
JJ Watt was released.
Yeah, breaking
breaking-
as of
breaking-
literally
breaking
that
as of
happened
right now.
Wednesday morning when the episode
Yeah,
went out.
Breaking as of right now, it just happened.
Yep. So yeah,
Oh,
that
listen.
happened. I don't really think that needs covered. I mean, there's like 7 teams that are saying they're in the race
Hey,
for him.
wait,
so-
let me ask you guys. Okay, take bias out. Where do you think he would have the best chance of winning the Super Bowl? And a team that's interested.
If he's winning a Super Bowl, the Chiefs.
Jeez.
I'm still staying with Green Bay.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
We've been
I
to
mean,
back-to-back
I'm just saying-
championship games.
Yeah.
What?
Ty,
Like-
I thought when I sent you that text, I was just waiting for it to get teed off. I was just waiting for.
I had
it
a
when
whole thing
said-
typed out, and then you said just kidding, and I literally erased all of it.
I honestly vote the Rams. I think the Rams give him the best.
The Rams
chance.
make sense as well. I just don't want him to go to the Rams.
Yeah, of course, I get that.
God, that would be disgusting.
Yeah,
I don't
if
know.
he just said screw it to a contract, and
even-
just like I'll go
even
there for
Buffalo-
a year.
Even
Yeah.
Buffalo is a good team.
No, I mean,
Yeah,
any
I
of
don't
the,
In a win, he goes somewhere else. He's only 32, right?
I would say any of the teams that were the last, 8 in this year in the divisional rounds, like any of those 8 teams, I believe, are legitimate contenders.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I
Did
mean-
you see the report to him?
I did not think the Rams were going. I do not think the Rams were as the divisional round.
In the divisional against the Packers, no,
But now-
but they still played really well.
But
Yeah,
now,
I mean-
hindsight 2020.
Now,
Now,
absolutely.
They
But
might
also-
they might be the favorite in the NFC right now.
Well,
Honestly.
did you guys see the reports of him? Like they were like their serious considerations for the Browns today
Mhm.
came out.
Mhm.
So,
Weird.
which that would be
Him and
pretty
Miles Garrett would be
wild.
pretty disgusting as
Dude,
well.
Pretty wild.
That's just his agent jacking up interest for
Hey, I'm here for it.
I mean, if he
I'm
wants
here
to win a
for it.
Super Bowl, I don't think it's at the not right now, not at this point in his
It
career.
would make no
it's
sense
not
for
the
him to
Browns.
go to the Browns. Yeah,
If he would have went to the Browns 2 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, 100%. They're going to be good in the next 3 years. But if he wants to win right now, it's not the Browns. They're on the brink. They're almost there,
No, the
but they're
Browns.
still not. They're
They're
not.
getting
they're
Odell
not,
back.
Like
I think the Browns
they
took
play
the
better
next
without
step.
him.
I think the Browns took the next step to be a playoff team year in year out, but they're not a Super Bowl contender next year in my eyes.
No.
Like they're just. I just don't see
I mean,
that.
are they even the best team in the division?
Yeah,
that-
like,
it's that division. Our division is way too. It's
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
too-
toss-up.
the Browns are
It's
good. Like the Browns,
It's
there's
awesome.
no hate against the Browns. It's just like there's just like a clear difference between like the Chiefs and like everybody else in the AFC. So like it's hard to even.
No.
Yeah.
If he wants to win a ring, go to the Chiefs or the Bucks.
No,
Or-
Bucks
all right.
have so many different elements.
Well,
I know that'd be
we can go
terrible.
back and forth on this for quite literally a whole segment. Let's get into the biggest
They're beating.
news, biggest recent news that has occurred, and that's Duke's freshman Jalen Johnson opting out with 3 weeks left in the season to focus on getting healthy and getting ready for the NBA. Yeah, personally, I think it's a cop out. Like, people were trying to compare this to like playing in a meaningless bowl game, like Christian McCaffrey did a couple of years ago at Stanford. I think that's totally different. a meaningless bowl game like playing in the Doritos Snackatizer Bowl doesn't mean anything to these players that are like, it's one game. This is now 3 weeks and the March Madness tournament. If you want to opt out of the NIT and the ACC, but if you want to opt out of if they win the ACC, they get a bid. They get an automatic bid.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't like it. I think it is just straight up quitting on your team. I hate this. I addressed this a couple weeks back when we talked about opting out of bowls. Go see, I think, episode 3 or 4 for that.
Yeah, it was early on.
But yeah, I mean, in bowl games, I don't hate it. If you're playing in like national bowl games, like you're in the semis or the finals and you opt out of that game, then no, you're a total bitch.
Yeah.
But this is the same thing as opting out of like.
Well, look at what's his face, Waddle.
Yeah, Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
Was barely could walk, and he was playing in the national championship game. Like he barely could walk. Before obviously Cade dives into this because we know he's going to. I just want to get this.
Wait, the
point
dude in
out
the
there.
Carolina hoodie's going to go in on a Duke player?
The main thing for me that especially when it comes to college athletes such as himself is that there's 5 to 6 people on Duke's team, let alone other people in the United States that are trying to get that spot on that team, getting that scholarship, that money that he's getting for not playing. He's still going to get that money. He should not get the scholarship anymore. He should have to pay for the rest of the semester at Duke. That money should go to someone else that's, one of the, the GPA stat patters on the end of the bench. Give it to them. They deserve it. This guy does not, because he doesn't obviously want to be there to support his team and his coach that recruited him there and gave him the opportunity that he has. Obviously, he's a great basketball player, and he's going to be in the NBA. Don't know what he's going to be in the NBA, but you should take if he is healthy enough to play basketball, and he's using the words opting out, he should lose his scholarship. Plain and simple.
No, I mean I agree with that. If you were just saying, "Oh, I'm going on to IR," sure,
yeah.
All right,
yeah. Is he gonna report to anything? Is he just
he's done. He's done with basketball.
He's
just gonna party.
He's not on campus. He's off campus.
Yeah.
So
it's not like I'm looking at his games
he's
for
back
this year.
home preparing. Well, first off, before you go into any, teams are not staying on dorms or on property. They're staying in hotels in quarantine. So he's a risk now. He's a risk toward the team. He's gone.
It's not like. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's not like this guy's like Zion or like a number 1 recruit. Like
he might not even be a first round pick right now, man. Honestly,
he's had one. According to the games that I'm seeing right now, he's had a couple solid games and one breakout game, ironically versus Pittsburgh, which they lost to.
Yeah. So basically, his timeline at Duke is that he was the 13th overall recruit out of high school.
Okay, that's what I was going to look up is where he landed because that means more to me than how his season has transpired.
Yeah, he was 13th overall coming into college. Okay, he then had an injury on his foot. He missed I don't know how many games. He missed a significant amount of stretch of games, and then he came back, and Duke still sucks. So go ahead with
10 games. 10 games.
Yeah, and so that means he's missed 5, 6 games.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, he's not Kyrie Irving who played 4 or 5 games
versus Virginia Tech, so maybe that's the one. But
well, no, he was a starter and got his minutes cut to being a bench player.
So, does this guy really think like his draft stock is that like cement? You know,
I mean, he's going to be 18 years old when he's drafted. 19, no matter what.
What's the eligibility for to be drafted? Like,
either 18 or 1 year of college basketball
or professional.
Okay.
Or
yeah,
professional.
no, like you can go. Yeah, like RJ Hampton went to Australia and played
LaMelo
instead of going to college.
LaMelo did too.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, as long as you have to have one year of I guess high level play because
experience.
Yeah, to be eligible for the draft. Yeah.
I mean,
does this even count?
Yeah, no, it'll count. I mean, James Wiseman last year only played 4 games before he got kicked out of the NCAA.
Right. So this is how I look at the 2 jokes. One, brotherhood. Brotherhood. You can't I hate when people like he even put it in his resignation letter. He was like, I'll always be a part of the brotherhood and I'll love it forever. Dude, you can't be a part of the brotherhood.
10 games.
Play 10 games just because your team is absolute ass. Like, Duke is really, really bad. Okay? Really bad. Probably the worst team that Coach K's had in 40 years. And right when the going gets tough, he just says, screw it, I'm out. Like,
I mean, the whole team is doing it. Like, Coach K doesn't even want to play in the ACC tournament.
No, yeah, he's saying
like,
that
Coach
because
K,
they're so bad.
Coach K checked out after like the 4th game of the year.
Yeah, he's only saying that because they're so bad, and then he's finding excuses to not be involved in these things. Instead of just being like, hey, we're not a good team, and we're trying every day, and we're going to keep working at it. Kentucky's in the same boat. Kentucky is probably has their worst team. I don't even know a worse team that they've had in my lifetime. But Coach Calipari is still, like, every single day working towards it. Like, we're not going to make the tournament unless we win the SEC tournament. So every day from here on out is a process to try to win the SEC tournament. Coach K talked about opting out. Like, why are you opting out? Probably because really, really bad.
Well, I was going to say, like, Calipari, I've seen on repeat yell at the media and stuff, like, asking, like, why are you still trying and stuff? And he's just like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, we're going to keep trying.
We're still going to play
like...
basketball. We're here. What do you think every single lower or mid-division to do their best to get better down the road? You think if, Kentucky slides this year, then they slide next year, then they slide after that, 3 years, why would you want to go play there again? Like, why do you want to go play there? Like, he's got to show that he's developing players to get more players to come in. It's quite simple. Like, I don't understand it. The whole culture right now of athletes, which I understand athletes should have a say with a lot of stuff that happens to them. But even like with going off a different sport where you got Deshaun Watson doing the whole thing he's doing. Listen, you got drafted to a team and they're not good. You know how many people have done that in their careers? Like, look at Matt Stafford. In retrospect, the talent that was wasted, now he's finally getting a shot to do what he's going to be doing. If you're like this as you're a college player, what's going to happen when you get drafted to the worst team in the NBA? Look at Julius Randle. Look at Julius Randle and RJ Barrett. They're balling out for the Knicks because they're letting it go. The Knicks are a horrible, horrible franchise, especially in the last 10, 15 years. Like,
Jadeveon Clowney. That's an easy one. He had an amazing, transcendent freshman year. Sat out his entire sophomore year because you need 2 years of eligibility in football, and then just sat out the entire year. And I mean, Jadeveon Clowney, while has been good in the NFL, he's not been transcendent.
He was a letdown.
I think he was the second overall pick.
Yeah,
and,
first
was he first?
Yep.
Yeah. Then that's a joke. He has failed miserably.
I think he got hurt.
He's
been hurt a couple times.
Yeah, he has, and that's fair. But what was promised after his freshman year and then sitting out his entire sophomore year looks horrible.
Yeah.
Just looks horrible.
Yeah.
He's been good. He's been a producer. He's done all of it. I mean, hell, he's been on really good teams. Yeah. But at the end of the day, he still didn't live up to a first-round pick, in my opinion.
Well,
or first overall pick.
You gotta look at it this way. When have you ever seen this in sports? I've never seen this happen before. Like, a guy takes a year off. That's happened. They're not breaking news there. But a guy who's like, I'm going to play 10 of the first 15 games because I was hurt and I came back. And then now that there's 3 weeks left in the season,
using an excuse of the global pandemic.
Again. They play Carolina again. They play Virginia. They have the ACC tournament. Like, they got good games coming up. And he just said, like, I'm out.
No, the thing is,
I've never seen that before.
It's a completely different story if he would have the week one said, I'm opting out. I don't want to take part of during COVID, all that kind of stuff. 100%.
He didn't opt out because of COVID. He didn't.
But that's what they're using. No, but they're using that part of the.
Cal's saying if they said that at the beginning of the year,
foot injury, and they don't want him to take the risk of enduring that foot injury when they have no shot of competing at the next level. They will not be playing in March. Duke will play their last game against Carolina. They're going to get their ass beat, and then they will not play a game for the rest of the year. I mean, they're definitely going to get their ass beat now. Like, Jalen Johnson was the only dudes on their team that was actually, like, a Division I basketball player. And now they're definitely going to get their ass beat. Like, it's
To me, it's just really
Mark my
damning
words, you heard it
because,
here
yeah,
first,
you were
like-
a top prospect and you just think like, oh, yeah, no, my team sucks, even though I was promised it would be good. I'm done. I'm out. Like, that to me just...
It's the Gen Z soft bullshit.
No, listen, no.
Facts.
I'm out. How much are we going to start, like, openly saying, like, man, like, Coach K, like, you know, question marks. Like, I feel like that's the thing that goes over the head whenever these things happen. It's like, what happened behind closed doors that pushed him to the bench? He went from starter minutes, right, after coming back from it. He got hurt. I mean, he played, got hurt, came back, started minutes, then went to the bench, and now is opting out. So, like, we're all going to sit here and bash the kid. But, like, at some point, do we got to, like, kind of question, like, the coaching? Like, what the hell happened to make that this is now the result?
Maybe he's got a piss-poor attitude. I mean, he's quitting on his team. Maybe he just has a piss-poor attitude and Kay doesn't want to deal with it.
I think there was more behind closed doors than what we know. I just don't think the kid flat out quit. I think it was kind of like a mutual decision. But hey, just another overrated year by Coach K. I love it, baby.
I don't know. I don't like how it sets. The optics of it, the timing, and yes, it's slow, so this is going to get magnified way more than it probably would any other time.
It should, though.
But, I mean, if this is going to be a trend, especially in basketball, like, with time... Again, I understand meaningless bowl games. I do understand that aspect of it. It's one game. And, again, if you know you're a first-round pick or a top 15 pick or something, like Christian McCaffrey did, and he decides to sit out, I am okay with that. I'm okay with people sitting out of bowls that they could potentially get hurt, ruin their draft stock. Jake Butt, the Broncos tight end, was supposed to be a first overall pick, and ended up tearing his ACL in one of the bowl games, and then he fell to like the fourth round. Mm-hmm. Like, that's millions of dollars on the line, and he played in a completely meaningless bowl. But again, if we're speaking to brotherhood and everything, I get it. This is the worst example of that. This is the worst thing you can possibly do.
Don't claim brotherhood and then say that.
Yeah. You're quitting on everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not only that, but you're quitting on yourself. Like, you yourself don't even think you have enough talent to at least help your brothers in this game. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. I don't like it.
I
sit here and drink bourbon as this kid sweats his ass off, but, you know.
Listen, no matter what, hey, it doesn't matter. You know, we all gotta do our part. But
it takes all of us.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a really bad look for the NCAA too, because then if this could possibly become a trend, that like say like a guy who like Cade Cunningham plays for Oklahoma State. He's arguably the number 1 draft pick coming out this year. Dude's a stud. Say if Oklahoma started the season like 0-8, and he just says, you know what, guys, I don't need this, and he just leaves in the middle of the season.
I mean, that's
you know
worse
what I mean?
than one and dones are bad enough. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I was gonna say, what's gonna stop anybody from realistically, like, say, you know, you have a just phenomenal high school tape. Like, I'll use John Wall as an example. I mean, we all know John Wall's high school mixtape. Dude was insane. Was gonna if allowed would have been drafted straight out of high school. Mm-hmm. Not allowed anymore. What's going to stop someone like a John Wall in today's climate with today's rules and everything to say, oh, I'm going to play 2 games, I'm going to fake a foot injury for the remainder of the season, and then just get drafted in the top 5? And you know what? If I do drop to number 10, cool. I'm on a reasonably better team than number 1.
Right.
To me, I don't know. I don't like it. I don't think it should be that way, and it's easily exploitable as we're seeing currently. So yeah. I don't know. I don't like where this is going. I don't think that. First off, you want to get I think all 4 of us agree, like, power to the player, like, they should get paid, like, everything, like, yes. Whether it's scholarships or an actual monetary thing. I mean, we all enjoy the NCAA games. They can't make them anymore because they can't pay the players because the NCAA is a goddamn monopoly. I don't know. I think that there's a reasonable amount of power to the player, but being able to just say, I quit, but keep your scholarship, finish out school and everything, I think that is an overextension of power from the player's side.
I would view a scholarship like a contract.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's exactly what I was saying.
How do I just terminate my contract? Now, if Duke says we are no longer supporting Jalen Johnson on our team for, you know, code of conduct or, you know, whatever it may be, you know, that'd be different. But it's him choosing to leave. So I don't know. I don't know how it's. I think it should be made a big deal. Personally, I don't think.
I
I
kind
don't
of
think this should
agree.
be
I think
something that's-
the precedent of it should be made a big deal. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe not just dogpile on this dude.
No, but just the idea.
The
just the
precedent
idea of it
needs to be
Yeah.
set. Like, hey, if you do this, you're going to get just sawed
There's
down.
got to be some There's got to be some penalties behind it.
No, there has to.
Yeah.
I do agree with that entirely. I don't know. I don't like it. Was there any other college news? I mean, really?
I mean, other than there came out a report today, these past couple days that Cade Cunningham is going to be the next Luka. That they're all considering
Dude's an
him
animal.
as.
Watch him at Oklahoma State. The dude's an animal.
I mean, I'm excited. It's going to be because just with not having March Madness last year, fingers crossed that it goes through this year. But
I'll make it happen.
It's gonna be wild.
I'm super excited.
I like the
for
bubble
it.
idea. I think it's gonna be great. And
That's the only,
Indianapolis.
I legitimately
Love
think
that.
it's the only way they can do it. That they're going to be
they'll
able
make it
to
happen.
do it without having
Love
any
it.
issues.
Yeah.
I almost think you should do that every year.
I mean,
I
I
think
don't,
it'd be
I
so
don't hate
cool.
it.
One massive AAU tournament. Like,
Listen, the
The
road
thing
to
is,
Omaha.
the thing is, there's only so many places that can host that many people at once.
yeah,
Keep it in Indianapolis every year. I think it'd be awesome.
that's the problem where it's
You
gonna
can do it
come
in
arise,
Vegas
though.
as
People
well.
are
You
gonna
can
want
do it in
their hands-
Vegas as
Yeah,
well.
Vegas.
They want their hands in the. Everyone wants their hands in the pot, and where in the years past there's been regional games or everyone's getting some benefits of where they're at. That's gonna be the hardest part is people are gonna want the money, and it can't be just at one location. It's like the Super
Not
Bowl.
people,
I
not
think-
people. The
Yeah.
NCAA, because
Yeah.
those people
And-
pay the NCAA to have the tournament there.
100%.
Right.
But it's the same thing with like the Super Bowl. Shouldn't be any bouncing around, but it's never going to be that way ever. But
Yeah, I think it'd be great if college basketball was like that. It's just like, I mean, college football is pretty much in the same place. I mean, it's in like 3 different places it doesn't really move around much. But like college baseball, the road to Omaha.
yeah,
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. The road to Indianapolis. Like that's all that matters is how do you get to Indianapolis? Like I think that'd be cool, but we don't make money, they do.
No, it's it's at the end of the line, it's the second most profitable thing in all of sports next to the Super Bowl. So it's gonna continually be passed around like a used napkin at a yeah. You get where I'm going with it.
Mhm.
All right, well, let's get to the biggest news in the NBA then. Anthony Davis injured his Achilles, and that's a massive deal for the Lakers, who don't really have that many big men. Last year they had JaVale McGee as a
Dwight Howard.
backup, and Dwight. They don't really have that this year, and so this is huge, actually.
yeah. I mean, he's out at least 2 to 3 weeks. That's when they're going to be reevaluated.
Yeah,
so that could be
at a
even
minimum,
more.
I saw he's going to be looked at after the All-Star break, which is March 7th. So at a minimum 3 weeks.
Exactly. I mean, for the most part, I really don't. In the grand scheme of the season and in the end result, I don't think it's going to change much because the Lakers still have LeBron. They're still going to do okay. They're still going to make the playoffs. He's going to come back healthy, and they're going to be where they're at. I mean, I don't really think it's going to be right now. It's a big deal, but I think in the long run, it's really not going to change much unless something happens with it that makes it so he can't, re-aggravates it or anything.
No,
like
that's
that.
the big issue.
That is the big problem going forward.
Yeah.
Because Kevin Durant did the same thing. He had a calf strain, like a sore Achilles, and then went back out and played Game 5.
But he
I
rushed
guess-
it.
They're giving him time.
He
That
really
was
didn't.
AD's got time.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely didn't rush it because it was still like he didn't play. And I think the last 3 or 4 games of the Western Conference Finals, and then the NBA Finals are like 1 game every 3 days. So he was probably out 2 to 3 weeks before he tried to play. And I'll never forget, man. 11 points in 5 minutes, and then tore his Achilles on the court. It was just disgusting.
No, it was
It was
disgusting.
terrible.
So I mean, these are the stats right now. The Lakers are second in the West. They are 2 games behind the Jazz. They're 21-7 at the moment. But the thing is, the difference between 2nd and 7th in the West is 4 games.
Yeah.
I saw this
So
earlier this week.
the Lakers at a bare minimum need to go 500 without AD.
Yeah,
Right.
which I think they will.
They
It's not their
should.
schedule. They should.
Their upcoming schedule is not easy, by the way.
They got the Nuggets for next, right? They got the Nuggets. Next,
Nuggets are soon. They have, I believe,
They just played the Nuggets.
Timberwolves, Nets, Heat, Wizard. So 3 of those 4 teams have really good centers.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair,
It should be a dub versus Timberwolves.
What if Cat goes off?
I mean, it's not like the Lakers have. I probably shouldn't say that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
no,
I mean,
what are you gonna say? What are you
They
gonna say?
don't. They have
No, say it,
Montrezl
no.
still. No, I can't. They have Montrezl still. I mean, like, they're not totally like effed. And Markieff Morris, he plays power forward. I guess he would be filling in for that position, but.
So
They'll be fine.
okay, so ignore the
I think
Wizards
they're-
game. So right now they're
The
down.
Wizards-
They're
the
down.
Wizards are
They're
off.
down. They're down 4 right now to the Timberwolves in the first quarter. That doesn't mean anything really. They play the Nets Thursday. That's going to be a big
If
problem.
if Kevin Durant and Kyrie play,
no, they're
they're
gonna.
not.
I
They are
still-
not playing.
They're
tonight.
not. They're gonna play.
I still like the Nets.
Yeah, you're double.
The
If you
Heat-
put money on James Harden, put double tonight.
The Heat
I took them
with
over
Bama Bio are going to be an actual issue. Let's see. Wizards, whatever. Jazz, are you guys frozen still, or can you hear me?
No.
You are.
Yeah, you're the only one frozen. on
You're
our
the one
screen.
frozen.
Am I not frozen anymore?
You're moving.
You're
You're,
good.
moving your
Yeah.
arms. You're doing the.
Okay.
It's the
Cool.
doing the thing.
They play the Jazz, which Rudy Gobert is going to be a massive issue.
That's a loss.
The Jazz.
Then they play
are
the
The Jazz are the best team in
Trailblazers.
the NBA.
They play the Trailblazers,
might be a loss
Warriors,
with AD.
Suns. Like the Lakers don't have an easy schedule like over the next 10 games. Like they have maybe 2,
They'll-
3 guaranteed wins.
They'll beat the Wizards and they'll beat the Timberwolves tonight. But they probably won't beat the Nets depending on who plays. If everyone plays for the Nets, that's probably an L. And
Probably lock it up.
and whatever the other team was, the Jazz. Yeah,
They'll
the Jazz.
lose the Jazz.
The Jazz with a healthy lineup, they
I
probably
like the
lose to
Suns
Jazz.
against the Lakers too without AD.
Yep.
I probably
Um,
like the Trailblazers against
we'll
the
see.
Lakers.
I mean, the Suns are solid.
Look, I'm looking at both a point guard position and a center position right now, and damn near every matchup the Lakers have in the next 10 games, the Caruso is going to be playing a top 10 point guard in the league. So I like
I
that.
mean,
I like that
I'll lock him
matchup.
I mean, to be
To
honest
lock
with
'em
you,
up.
the Lakers are
better.
going to be fine. The Lakers are going to be fine. I don't see them finishing as a 2 seed this year. I don't see them finishing as a 1 seed either, because the Clippers are playing without Kawhi and Paul George and Pat Bev last night, and they won.
Oh my God! Don't even get me started.
Nikola
Yeah.
Jokic is a potential MVP. I don't think that the Nuggets are going to finish 7th either. I'm
I
very
honestly-
blurred out right now.
To be honest with you, I don't see this. If I had to say right now who I would see being like the 1, 2, 3, it's probably the Jazz, the Clippers, maybe the Lakers. If it's not the Lakers, it's someone like the Suns or
The Suns, Trailblazers, or Nuggets, I think, are the next
like they're right there.
logical choice.
The
Can
only
you
thing,
focus, camera?
listen, for the Western Conference, the only thing that matters is the seeding. It doesn't matter if you're playing home or away. It's all about the seeding in the West, because like the Lakers could be a 4 seed and the Nuggets could be a 5 seed, right? And
That's
like
a tough first round matchup.
that's a tough first round matchup. But
Yeah.
like the Lakers are a 3 seed and say the Nuggets are a 6 seed. Like it doesn't matter.
I mean, it's still the
where
Western
you-
Conference Finals from a year ago.
No, that's what I'm saying. Though.
Like-
I'm saying
Yeah.
no matter
There's
what,
no-
no matter who you play, I mean, in the Western Conference, it's matter like the seeding. It's all matters.
Well, no, I mean the Warriors right now are in
It doesn't-
8th, and I mean,
Yeah.
like the Warriors,
The Warriors
I don't
should get
think
hot.
I don't think scare
Clay's coming
anybody,
back.
but Steph can still drop 40 or 50 on your head.
Yeah, he can put you to 6 games. He
Like,
can put you to 6 games.
No, he can
Steph-
do it. He
Steph
can do
is-
what Dame Lillard used to do before the Trailblazers developed as a team a little bit.
Steph finds the bottom of that basket better than anyone ever has in the United.
No,
in-
without question.
Ever.
If anybody
It's-
argues that, they actually
Ever.
have brain damage.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
He just finds it. No matter where he's at.
Also,
Best
the
PG
other,
ever.
the other thing with the Lakers right now is this. I found this very interesting because they signed Montrezl Harrell and who else did they sign? Wesley Matthews. Because they signed those two in the offseason, they actually hit the hard cap and triggered it at 138.9 million. So they can't, even though they have an open roster spot right now, they can't sign anybody because they're at the hard cap.
Is that like that mid-level exemption thing?
Yeah,
But they can bring someone up though, right?
Yes, because they're on salary. They can't sign anybody though.
Yeah, they can't sign anybody.
Which genuinely is an actual issue.
Yeah, the problem with them is like the complete opposite problem with then like the Nets. The Nets are able to sign a bunch of people because like Kevin Durant.
Well, the Harden trade was huge.
And the Harden trade, right. So they're like they just signed Andre Robertson, they signed Amon Shumpert, and like right now the hottest commodity in the NBA is gonna be Andre Drummond.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're gonna go
be,
after Drummond.
Yeah.
I saw the Celtics eyeing Drummond, which would be
might take less money to go there, but I know Boston's really interested in them, which would make them
that'd be a big pickup.
That's a perfect fit for them. But
big pickup.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the Lakers are not in a bad spot because no matter what, you have LeBron James, and he's gonna get you to the playoffs. I mean, he didn't do it once, but like it's harder. No matter what, it's gonna be harder on him right now. I don't think you'll have because of that reason. If AD has to miss more than the next 3 weeks, he will not have enough gas when it comes to the time that matters.
No, he's too. Listen,
he's already probable to play. He's already probable to play tonight. He was probable to play tonight game.
He can't do that anymore. Like he can't. He's got to have somebody with him.
No. But he will though because it's LeBron and
they'll get him through 500. I think he'll get them through 500.
He's a genetic.
Well, I mean, they're 14. They're 14 games above 500 right now. I hope that the GOAT can do that.
You do not. You don't make the playoffs in the West at 500. So
I'm saying 500 the next games.
Yeah,
that
I knew
AD is
over the next 3 weeks.
Yeah,
right.
The problem is
that's like, fine. He does that. That's fine.
The problem that they're going to run into is LeBron's not going to be able to play defense because he's got to put so much effort into
he's going to have to do everything.
And their defensive numbers are going to be bad.
People are going to have to step up. Like Marc Gasol is going to have to take more than 3 shots a day, like a game. Like he's going to have to step up. Just everyone's got to step up. That's really about it.
I just can't wait for LeBron to lose like the next like couple games and like kind of have a little rough stretch.
Cade, no.
It's not LeBron. No, he doesn't have enough help.
You're not understanding. He doesn't have AD. He doesn't have his partner in crime. So when he wins like 10 out of the next like 17 games, goes 10-7 because it's LeBron. Oh, lock up the MVP. He earned it. He deserved it. He got this team to the finals. That's how it's gonna go. And they're not gonna Embiid and Jokic for having all-time years as centers. All time. It's not even a homer thing. Like Jokic is having an insane season for a center.
Well, just remember this. We're all talking about it right now. When I just can't. When you watch a team, the second best team in the West, have to go into overtime, and double overtime with 2 of the worst teams in the league. And
losing records, right?
3 consecutive games. LeBron ain't gonna do that. It's not gonna happen.
The one game they went to double overtime.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
Still got the dub. Still counts the same there, bud.
Whatever you say, man. Whatever you say. Optics matter in the NBA.
Optics do matter, and also the fact that they're still losing to the Timberwolves.
Actually, Evan, the Nets
they lost twice to the Cavs, who were good.
But the Cavs are a playoff team. The Cavs are a playoff team.
Who called that?
I did. Sexland all the way.
Also, you got to remember this too. Like before Kyrie Irving came back, the Nets with James Harden were like 3-0. Kyrie Irving was the one that kind of threw a wrench into that. But
no, Kyrie did throw a wrench into that.
Yeah, but now they're fine.
The Cavs are not a playoff team.
They were at the time.
Okay, well they're not now. They're 10-19. They're terrible.
What seed are they?
13th.
How many games back?
Who is this?
8.5.
They're 8.5 back from the 8th seed. No.
Well, no, I'm sorry. Wrong. 3.
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
3.
Okay, so they're in the hunt. All right, they're fine.
Okay, they're in the hunt. You just had a playoff team.
Cade.
They were in the playoffs when they played them.
Cade. Context: the Cavaliers are 10-19 in 13th place in the East. Okay.
Yeah.
9th place is 11-15.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not worried about it.
Which, by the way, is the Bulls.
I know. Hey. Let's go. I know. I said earlier this year the Bulls should make the
they're one spot out of the playoffs.
They should make the playoffs.
I think they will. I think they will this year.
Where's Buzz City, Evan?
City 7th, baby, repping hard. LaMelo gang. The real one.
Yeah, Evan's
No.
watched. Evan, I can ask you a
The
question.
real Melo.
Evan, how many games have you watched the Hornets play so far this year? Since
Uh,
claiming fandom.
28.
Okay, moving on. I just want to make sure.
Literally every single one.
Just so everyone.
I don't think they're on TV, honestly.
You can pirate it. If you're a real fan, you pirate it.
I've watched a few games on NBA TV.
Have you watched every single Bulls game, kid?
I've watched probably over half. Yeah,
Wow.
I put it on my laptop beside me.
Wow.
Illegally watch it because they only have one primetime game this year.
Yeah. See, I do that with the Avs and the Nuggets because there's a blackout here because Comcast is a bunch of assholes.
How?
Even though you live in the
That
city.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, they have contract disputes with the
What?
Altitude Radio Network, or not Altitude Radio, but Altitude Network out here that has the rights. That's a Kroenke thing that has the rights to all of the broadcasts.
Gronk
Yeah, no, Stan Kroenke that owns like 15 like professional sports teams. Owns the
Name 'em.
Nuggets and the Avalanche.
Hmm.
Anyway,
Get it in!
I hate him.
Yeah.
Daytona 500 was wild. I lost my bet. Cal lost his bet in
Nuggety,
14
nuggety.
laps,
But
Let's go racing, boys.
but won money anyway because
I
Chase
did.
Elliott.
yeah, I don't know. Barstool Sports, thank you very much for giving me money, even though Chase Elliott did not win. I don't know.
He won in their hearts.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even win a stage, which I want to get into,
No,
by the way.
Chase took
but-
second, dude.
Yeah, but he didn't win a stage. Like, he didn't win one of the three
Oh,
stages.
okay, I got you.
two other
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah. No, it was great. I mean, he even had Evan was at the edge of his seats there at the end, watching the last
Dude,
final.
I'm
I'm not-
telling you, man.
I'm interested in NASCAR now.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
telling
I'm
you.
interested.
Wait,
It's fun to watch, man.
Can I ask you guys a serious question? How much money and total damage do you think those cars put out this week? Because there was like
Oh my
there was,
god, dude.
there was like 45 cars tracked, and there's
Couple
only 43
milli.
in the race.
That last lap was electric. I mean,
Yeah.
the
I'm
fire
still
everywhere.
mad. Still so mad about the last one. Anyway, quick before we get to the end, real quick, we need to cover the delay that happened. I'm lagging so bad.
I don't want to have to keep saying like that's just the only thing I asked.
Evan, it's old at this point. It's old.
I know it is getting old, Ty. You literally go. The guy, and then the guy.
But
One of you guys want to host? I'll give you the login to Zoom.
I got no. Anyways, first place with McDowell getting his first ever career win. It's pretty cool. That's legitimately like getting your first major like as the Masters. Like it's pretty awesome.
Well, that was his
374 races.
358, but yeah.
358. 358 races.
That's literally a year's worth of
driving
driving.
for. I even looked it
A
up.
year's worth of driving.
Yeah, I have it
Yeah.
written right here. Read it
Yeah.
straight from an article.
Yeah, it is really cool. I mean, obviously, I wanted Chase to win.
Yeah, I wanted
Finish in
Kyle
second.
Busch to finish in third,
Yeah.
and he would have if it
Yeah.
wasn't for the end of the damn race.
Yeah, no, but it was the whole time. I have to give props to NASCAR for what they were able to do. Within the first 14 laps, having a really
16 car pileup, and then
really
a
bad
weather
wreck right off
delay
the start.
for 5.5 hours.
Yeah, obviously, every time there's a wreck, there's going to be a delay. They got to get all the debris.
No,
off
they did
the
hit
track.
red flag, and then
Yeah.
there was a lightning storm real quick, and
Yeah,
then there was
and-
a downpour.
And it was able to get the
Great
track
combo.
dried off and get it done within the day, which is crazy to think. When we were hanging out, and then you said, "Oh, they're racing," and I'm like, "Shut up!" I'm like, "No, they're racing at 9:00," and I was like, "They're gonna get it in." And you gotta give props to her for them to get that in, and get the fans the race on Sunday, not have to worry about Monday. It was a holiday, but a lot of people have off on that Monday. People aren't gonna be able to watch it and stuff like that. And it was great, and it gave me something to watch that at night too on Sunday because there really wasn't anything going on. But also at the same time, the whole stage system that they've created with NASCAR, and especially with the Daytona 500, big races like that, having the stages within the races within the race gets people, for one, It's fun to bet. It gets people, watching, because I'll say it again, especially when it comes to Daytona 500, any race that I'm actually interested in, I'll watch the first 20 laps. I'll take a nap and then watch the last 20. But now with this whole stage system, I'm engaged.
No, it's electric the whole way through.
Yeah, I'm engaged. Because even if, these guys that say like Kyle Busch, he wrecked at the very end. He wouldn't get any points for the series at the end. Now he's getting points because he finished other stages.
Ryan Newman, I only know this because I looked him up today to double check on your bet.
Mm-hmm.
So he finished 38th.
Yeah.
Because he was part of that wreck on the 14th lap. But because he was running in the lead through those first 14, he actually got 8 points.
Yeah.
Which is insane to me. I was like, how the hell did he get 8 points for finishing at the end of the race?
Yeah.
And it was because of the stage system, which is, I mean, to give them credit, it rewards good racing even if you're the recipient of an unfortunate event.
Yeah, in years past,
i.e. Kyle Busch and losing me the fucking money.
Yeah, no, and honestly, in years past, all that mattered was the last 15 laps of the race. Like no one, the whole you could be in 20th place the entire time and then make a late push at the end and get the top 10 and stuff like that. Now with this whole stage system, you could literally win the first stage and then wreck the very next lap and.
You're still in a good spot where it used to be
win,
if you didn't finish in the top 10, you were out of it.
Well, it's crazy. Just say Chase Elliott took second. Okay, he ended up getting more points than McDowell.
Well, yeah, because McDowell only led one lap, where Chase, I assume, was in it for most of the race.
I don't think he led 3. I don't think he only led 3 laps.
Did he lead 3? Okay.
Yeah, he only led 3 laps. But it's still. And even look at, got to give credit. Bubba Wallace, first ever African American to lead a lap in Daytona 500.
By the way, I didn't know that Denny Hamlin and Jordan were partners on that team. I knew Jordan was the owner. I didn't know Denny Hamlin was owner with Jordan.
Denny Hamlin's decked out in Jordan now, which is dope as hell.
Yeah, they're playing golf.
Dog, I remember when Denny Hamlin was a rookie racer racing with Bobby Labonte and Tony. That was Stewart. That was or not Stewart, but that was Joe Gibbs Racing back in the day. Was Stewart, Labonte, and Hamlin, and then they brought on Kyle Busch, and I was just like, what the fuck is going on? Then they had JJ Yaley at one point. Shout out to anybody that knows that name. It's wild. But also, to your point, Cal, the stage system just makes it way better. Overall, a better fan and also competitive experience because, you could finish in the top 10. Like Jimmy Johnson, 6-time champion, one of arguably the greatest racers of all time.
Top 3, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue that at this point because of the championships that he's accumulated in racing. But, Jimmy never won the most races in a year. Jimmy was always in the top 10 and would get those big points. So then when it came time for the end of it, he was always really good at Dover and really good at Homestead, and those were two of the quote-unquote playoff races. So he'd be able to finish with the most points. There was one year, I think Jimmy won maybe 3 races, Martinsville, Homestead, and then I want to say Phoenix. But he only won 3 races the entire year. He won by 400 points in the standings because nobody, he just consistently finished at the top.
He won the most important races.
Well, not even winning the most important. He just finished in the top 10 to get all those points.
He was always
when
there.
People like Kevin Harvick or Newman or Tony Stewart or, Jeff Gordon, all these people would finish, third, and then they'd finish 38th because they'd have car troubles or be in a wreck. Jimmy just literally always finished in the top 10 and got the most points possible.
Yeah. He always his team too. He always had a solid team.
I hated him growing up.
And also, one of the coolest things too, which with this race and everything that they're starting to allow with the racers' permission, is to have those heartbeat monitors. And
I'm all about that.
That's so crazy. That people they joke about who's turn left. The next turn left, over and over, whatever. But when you're starting the race and your beats per second is 100, and then you max out at 155, 160 going into a wreck, you're driving even to that. Just imagine what our beats per second would be. because we're not trained and and see it all the time. We'd have a heart attack. We'd probably die. Going
Dog,
200 miles an hour.
I run up the stairs and hit like 125.
That's what I'm saying. And they're controlling a vehicle at 200 miles an hour, trying not to hit someone else, or get hit or catch on fire. It's crazy. I mean, it is so. It was funny. It's such a cool addition that they've done. With the viewership aspect of NASCAR.
A funny comment, just because Cal brought this up. Cal walked to my room. He goes, "Bro," he's like, "the heartbeat monitor pretty much for the racers is awesome." He's like, "One of the guys had 150 some beats per second." I'm like, I pause. I'm like, "You mean per minute?" He goes, "No, like per second." I was like, "Cal, if your heart was beating that fast,"
it's a hummingbird.
I'm like, "Cal, if it was beating that fast, you would die immediately, dead."
Mine would be beating that fast.
He goes, "Oh, you know what I meant. You know what I meant." I was like, "No, I get it." But...
Mine would be beating that fast. I would die.
Fair enough. No, I just think that, by the way, the next NASCAR event is still at Daytona, but it's the road track at Daytona. So it's where they drive through the infield.
Yeah, they did that for the Busch. Yeah. They did that for the Busch.
Well, that's what the Busch Classic or the Busch Clash is. Yeah. But that's what the next. So they made Daytona a road track as well now, instead of just Watkins Glen and Sirius.
How much space. We know because we've been to them. We've been to the infields of.
Oh, you could do that at Poconos, easy.
They have. That's what that is inside of it. Is a track.
Yeah, no, it is.
They have it in there
for
go-karts and shit. But that just goes to show how much space there is there. They have a track inside of the track.
I mean, the car really does drive a mile away, and it comes back to you.
Yeah.
No,
it really does.
So not half of the track, but there is part of it does hop back onto the actual Daytona racetrack, but the rest is literally like Watkins Glen, but inside Daytona.
That's the one I've always wanted to go
this year. This year
the Glen
is the first year that they're going to race on actual dirt in 50 years at Bristol. I thought that was pretty cool.
Are they? They're racing on dirt.
They're racing on dirt for the first time in 50 years. Yes. The 2021 NASCAR Cup schedule is set to have 6 road courses and a surprise, which will cover Bristol Motorway Speedway in dirt.
They have to actually pull out the dirt track cars. Then you can't run NASCARs on that
unless you're running different tires.
You still couldn't do that. I mean, you guys have seen dirt track cars, right? Tony Stewart, literally, that was his big thing, was dirt track racing.
Yeah. Well, majority of the racers were dirt track racers at one point.
Well, they were. Yeah. I mean, that's why Tony dominated the 2 road courses at the time when they'd go to Sirius and Watkins Glen. Tony would dominate those because he grew up doing dirt racing and grew up in the backwoods like we did. I mean, most NASCAR drivers do, but Tony, for some reason, it translated really well.
Yeah. No, that's it. My buddy Peyton literally at 4 a.m. on Monday morning goes, "Hey, you want to go to NASCAR race this year?" I'm like, "Which one?"
There's not a single chance I wouldn't go to one still.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, going to the Poconos used to be so much fun, but
we
now,
were kids.
Hey, we can go to turn 1 now.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. I
would go see some titties and ass now, baby. You'd be all about it. It's all good.
I'm not going and sitting in the center. I'm going straight to turn 1, and that's where I'm posted up.
Yeah,
That's where we're at.
Oh, yeah.
That's where we're at.
Take a drink every time a car goes by.
Just to give you some context, Evan, turn 1's where the party's at.
As long as they have Mountain Dew, I'm set.
So they have Mountain Dew and a lot of other things. Yeah. So the 3 of us used to ride our scooters and bikes inside Pocono, and our only rule, because we'd park in the middle where we could see basically the straight between turn 2 and turn 3 at Poconos. And they'd be like, the only rule is don't go over to turn 1. That was quite literally the only rule. And it was just because people were just
yes.
No, people were just.
They just had their tops off?
Yeah, they were just shit hammered over there.
Yes.
Didn't care.
Girls just walk around with shirts off, bro.
And every time, girls would be on top of guys' shoulders, flashing the tits to the drivers.
The drivers, everything. Yeah, turn 1 at Pocono was apparently wild.
NASCAR is a party, bro. It's just a party.
Bunch of white people getting.
By the way, there's a ton of Mountain Dew stuff because they're a sponsor of cars and just the events.
It's really a shame that no one drives a car right now, but it will be back in the future.
Give it time. I mean, someone might have an alternate for it, dude. Honestly, I mean, they used to do that. Jeff Gordon would have 4 cars a year.
The alternate will be like a Code Red car or something like that.
Nah.
No,
Won't be a fan of that.
for real, like
Protest.
someone probably has a Mountain Dew car. It's just probably an alternate because Pepsi only wanted to pay him for like maybe 4 races this year.
But
all
speaking
it
of Hamlin,
is.
before we move
Earnhardt
on,
was like the Mountain Dew Earnhardt car was pretty much an alternate, right?
No,
This is
that
Budweiser.
was his name.
No,
That was
that
his
was
name.
his
he
name.
was Budweiser
left.
before his first original contract and everything. He was Budweiser.
Was Budweiser with his
Yeah.
father's team,
Yeah.
but then him and I believe it was maybe, I don't think it was his mom, but maybe his mom had a falling out. So he ended up leaving his dad's team and started basically his own thing. Or no, he signed with Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson's team. That's
Yeah.
what it was. House Racing, or no, Roush. Was it Roush? Sounds right.
It's a quick Google search away.
Signed with them, and then Mountain Dew became his primary sponsor. And the
Just for a
number
couple
8
years.
car.
His last years of his
Hendrick?
career was
Hendrick?
Hendricks Racing.
Hendricks, that's what it
Yeah.
was. Yes, Hendricks.
The
Roush is
Budweiser
another
car-
we were
one. Roush
close.
had
Roush.
DeWalt and everything. Roush is another one, yeah.
The Budweiser car is one of the most iconic cars.
No, the number 8 Budweiser
Oh,
car is
okay.
an all-timer.
Yeah. The crown on the front.
No, it's an all-timer.
Oh,
Why doesn't
fucking
Crown
shit.
Royal have a car, dude? Purple and gold would
Oh,
look
fuck.
fire on a car.
Yeah.
That would look
No.
fire.
But before we move on, I just want to say like how crazy it was that Denny Hamlin was really close to going for a three-peat. Super close.
Where do you end up finishing?
It
Did
was
he
part of
win
that
the
wreck.
Daytona 500 in
Last 2
19
years.
and 20?
Last
yes,
2 years,
last 2
yeah.
years.
That's
Wow.
what that would be a three-peat of, yeah.
Yeah.
Idiot.
I was just making sure.
Would have been nuts. I don't know if it's ever been done. The only one I can see it being done is Richard Petty. He's the only one I can
Nah,
see.
Petty's definitely done it. He won it I think 6 times.
Which makes sense.
Which, yeah, Richard is still the most. Hamlin took 5th. Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was right there.
Yeah, I mean, Hamlin had the out of the top 5. Hamlin had the most points, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
52.
Yeah, he was right there. I wanted Chase to win, but if no one else is gonna, I would have liked to see Kyle Busch for you to win, but I would like to see.
I
Hamlin
just
get
needed
three-peat.
third. I just needed
Yeah.
third. If he wins, I get $80. If he just takes third, I get $30.
Yeah.
Also, it would have been really cool if Brad Keselowski, who by the way came out and said he's genuinely pissed about the end of that race. Keselowski's mad.
I was in the Xbox party with him,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
he's all
I'm like,
fiery.
Keselowski's gonna fight someone.
No,
He was gonna fight someone.
He came out the next day and was like, I felt like I did everything right. My car was running phenomenal,
Oh, yeah.
and
He's never won it before.
it was all the no. It's the only one. It's like what Rory hasn't won. What one hasn't Rory won?
the Masters.
Masters.
It's like Rory not winning the Masters. It's the only one of the big races he hasn't won.
Yeah.
Kenzie Los guy looks like a fiery dude, really. I mean,
Brad Keselowski.
what?
Cassie Low Sky. He's been waiting all day to do that. He's been waiting all day.
Anyway,
No.
yeah, he was not happy about it.
No, he
was
wasn't.
genuinely pissed that he got
He's
wrecked
not afraid to
because
throw hands.
he was pushing on the last lap just like Kyle Busch was, and
Yep.
both the 2 guys that I bet on were part of that last lap catastrophe. Even though Kyle Busch did technically more or less start that first one, so
Yeah.
karma.
Yeah.
Good dude.
All right.
All right.
Well, I think we all enjoyed the Daytona 500. I'm looking
Heck
forward
yeah.
to actually watching racing again. I
It's
had
awesome.
I had NASCAR on one screen up until the weather delay, and the AT&T Open or
Yeah.
the Pro-Am on the other screen. It was a good
Yeah.
day, honestly.
It's great and those are 2 chill sports. You don't have to get too worked up for it. You kind of just hang out.
Man,
on
maybe the
Sunday
last lap.
nights.
That's really about it.
I had my
Oh, yeah.
stream. I had my stream up on the left. I had those 2 games on the right, and I was grinding Apex ranked in the center.
Wow.
It was a great day.
Good plug. Good plug. Anyways, moving on.
Moving on. Cade brought this one up, and I feel like we should probably touch on it just because we've kind of dabbled around with the idea every now and then.
We've outside of the podcast.
And yes,
we've talked
definitely
about this
outside of
multiple times.
the podcast, this has been a reoccurring
Whoopee.
topic for us. Thanks, Cal. The top 5 receivers of the 2020-2021 season.
Oh, is that how we were doing it?
Yeah, that's what I said in the message.
I took the top 5. The top 5 ability.
Well,
Yeah,
I said that specifically because
In the season.
my
yeah, I
top
took it in the
5
season.
of the season do not reflect my top 5 current receivers in the league.
I still stand by my list.
No,
I want to hear both.
that's
I want to
fair.
hear both then, Ty.
I don't have the top 5 in the. Actually, I probably can come up with it.
Oh, so you could. I mean, it's off the top of your head. It can't be that hard.
Well, I mean, I wrote them down. I actually looked into numbers and everything.
Mhm.
I do my research. I like, being that guy.
Yeah.
I have a computer in my head.
Technically, our brains are computers. I can't argue that. All right, you guys want me to go first?
Yeah, another round.
All right. Well, number 1 of this season, it shouldn't be a surprise. It's Devontae Adams. Yeah, I don't really find that to be that surprising. Played 2 less games, was only like 8 catches behind Stephon Diggs or like 100 yards behind Stephon Diggs for most yards. Was like 8 catches behind either Hop or Diggs
12.
for most catches. 12, whatever.
I'm looking at the stats. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm glad you're correcting me. That just helps my point. So he was 12. He was averaging 10. He was averaging 10 catches a game, and
10.57.
played 2.5 less games than every other receiver. So yeah, I'm okay with that.
He had the most receiving yards per game as well.
Yeah, no. Adams is the best receiver of this year. I'm not going to hear any argument for that otherwise. Second was DeAndre Hopkins. Second was DeAndre Hopkins because Nuke was a game changer for Kyler Murray in Arizona. Third was Diggs just because Diggs became that dude that Josh Allen needed. I don't like Stephon Diggs. I've never been a fan of Stephon Diggs, but it's hard to argue with the season he had. Number 4 is Tyreek Hill because he's honestly only 4th because Travis Kelce was quite literally arguably a better receiver on that team this year. And number 5 for me is someone that definitely doesn't get enough credit for what he's done over the last couple years, but specifically this season, and that's Allen Robinson. He played with 2 of the bottom 10 receivers in the entire league. Quarterbacks in the entire league.
He didn't know who his quarterback was every week. He didn't know who it was.
And he put up, if you go across the board in statistical categories, attempted or targeted receptions, actual game receptions, like receiving yards per game, touchdowns, receiving yards just overall, Allen Robinson's in the top 10 for every category, and he's the most underrated. He's the most underrated wide receiver in the league. No, to me, Allen Robinson is, to me, bar none, in the conversation for top 5 receiver in the league because of what he's dealing with.
Doesn't he have like some crazy stat where he has like the least amount of drops for a certain amount of games? Like your career.
No. I was gonna say the stat because PFF came out with this. He has caught the highest percentage of deemed uncatchable balls.
That's what it was.
At 63%.
Yeah, I mean,
but look 63% of balls that were not deemed catchable.
Look who's throwing to him, though. That's my point. Like, you have Kissing Titties and Nick Foles throwing balls to you, and you're still in the top 10 of receptions, top 10 receiving categories across the board for a year. That's unheard of. Also, quick shout-out, honorable mentions to Calvin Ridley, DK Metcalf, Justin Jefferson, and A.J. Brown for this year because also those 4 were really good.
Yep.
This year.
All right, now, just real quick, who's the top 5 receivers in the game, though? Not off one season, in the game.
In the game, in no specific order, it's still Julio Jones. I'm putting Devontae in there. DeAndre Hopkins, without question. Megatron, if he was still playing. And
we do it all time, or just
no? I'm being an idiot. It is those first 3 though. There's Nuke, Julio, and Adams, in my opinion. I don't want to put Diggs in there, but I'm putting Diggs in there because I think he's proven that over the last 3 years.
Yeah,
and
very good.
In the game right now,
you gotta put Tyreek Hill on 5.
Yeah, I gotta put Tyreek in there. I'm not putting him in there.
Michael Thomas didn't do anything this year though. Like nothing.
I mean, Michael Thomas last year, I'd put him in my top 5 because of the numbers he had.
He had the best season last year, but he didn't follow it up.
He didn't. He played like 6 games this year, if that.
And he was garbage.
So I can't put Michael in there, but I think I'll ride with that. Hopkins, Adams, Diggs, Julio, and who did I just say? Tyreek Hill.
All right, Cal, you want to go?
Yeah, I can. Well, so my list is pretty much the exact same as Ty's for even this year. Like, even I wasn't doing this year except for 5. I'll probably sub a guy out for that. But Definitely number one was Adams this year. I said it in one of the podcasts before is that he was up there for offensive player of the year for me.
If he plays all 16 regular season games, I think it's hard to argue it. But he missed 2.5 games, so you can't.
He's very, very good. Number 2, D-Hop. Yeah, no, D-Hop, just for the mere fact is, doesn't matter who's throwing the ball to him, that guy catches balls. I mean, he's a freak of nature with the best hands in the league. Then I have 3 of Tyreek Hill, just for the mere fact is he might be one of the best playmakers of all time. He makes stuff out of nothing. And being that little quick guy with, fairly good hands other than the Super Bowl. And then I have 4, Stephon Diggs. Without question, he had a great season this year. And like Ty said before, he has proved it over the last couple
years.
But
go back to his last 2 years with Kirk Cousins as well. I mean, he was still putting up numbers.
If him and Allen can stick together, they're going to be very, very, very dangerous for the years to come. And then number 5, I had Michael Thomas there because I didn't know this was a list for this year. But I think ability-wise, Michael Thomas is top 5. But I'm gonna put Mike Evans. I'm gonna put Mike Evans, who's a very also underrated wide receiver in the league. Even though he's got, and that's the thing about Mike Evans, is he still gets his with the wide receiving core that he has to technically go up against to get balls. I mean, they have the best wide receiver core in the game. Arguably, on paper, could go down as all time as one of the best wide receiver cores. Just pure talent that they have. But I will say, honorable mention, I'm putting Julio, Michael Thomas, Robinson, Keenan Allen, Odell, AB, Justin Jefferson, all over Metcalf.
Keenan Allen also definitely an honorable mention
season,
on my
that's
end.
Ludicrous, but okay.
I'm saying.
Oh wait, you mean how DK Metcalf had a top 3 quarterback throwing to him, and Keenan Allen had a quite literal rookie throwing to him?
No, I'm saying overall ability wise.
No, I love Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen's one of the every actual professional athlete at cornerback that talks about Keenan Allen says no, it's him or Diggs or not him or Adams for the number 1 best route runner.
Yeah,
route runner.
He's crazy. No,
I love
I'm taking
Keenan Allen.
all those guys
Keenan
over Metcalf as ability wise.
I will say I'll go next because I know Evan's list is going to be ridiculous, so I thought let's take that one for last.
Keep the sanity
I can't wait to
going.
hear yours.
So for this season, I'll do this season first. For the season, I have Adams, and then I had Tyreek Hill, and then I had DeAndre Hopkins, and then I had Julio Jones. And then Stephon Diggs and then Julio Jones. That's who I have. Because Julio Jones only played, he played, I think, 10 games. And in that 10 games, he had 5 catches for 771 yards. He only had 3 touchdowns. But in 10 games, he had 5 catches for 771. So I look at that as if the guy plays the full season, he's probably going to go for what?
He has more than 5 catches, right?
No, sorry. Did I say 5?
You said 5.
51 catches
51
for 771 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley buried him this year.
Yeah,
but Julio Jones played 9 games.
Oh, I thought he played 10. So
that helps you
even
better.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's helping your case.
Yeah. So if he played just over half the season. So let's just say off of a probability or forecasting, that means he probably would have caught 100 balls for over 1,400 yards and at least 6 touchdowns.
No, Kate, I just want this to be very clear, though. I'm taking Julio Jones over damn near any receiver in the game, period,
right.
Bar none. Now, I'm still taking Julio Jones over any receiver.
Because I'm using the same argument as I'm going to use for Devontae Adams. I put Devontae Adams over Tyreek Hill and over other guys because he missed 2 games and did that much. So, Julio Jones did pretty damn good for only playing 9 games.
He could have been close to 2,000 yards.
That's what I'm saying.
No, he could hit 2,000 yards every damn year.
Speculation. He played 9 games.
Evan is the only person I know that disrespects Julio Jones. It's actually crazy. When it was the AB and Julio conversation,
well,
it was
flat
AB.
out. He would flat. I'm not saying that, but he would flat out.
No, my only disrespect for Julio is he doesn't catch touchdowns.
Okay. So,
But again,
Three touchdowns
you're
this year,
it's,
9
it's,
games.
you
Okay.
can make that same argument for Megatron.
Yeah, 100%.
That he's getting like triple teamed in the red zone.
yeah, like it's such a to me it's such a blanket statement that I don't agree with that. Okay, but then my 5 overall who I would want on my team, I'm taking 1 Julio, I'm taking 2 Hopkins, taking 3 Devontae Adams, 3B Tyreek Hill,
Which is fair.
and Tyreek Hill, and then my 5th would probably be. I mean, I'm looking at the list right now. I want to say Diggs, but
Diggs is a really good route runner. You can't discredit
I really
that.
love
but-
Allen Robinson, man. I really love Allen Robinson. Like, I would put Allen Robinson in that conversation.
Dog.
If you're going off of the past couple years, I would say AB's in that top 5. But he sat out a year and only played half the season.
I'm looking
so
like
not gonna
last.
put him
I'm
there.
looking like last 3 years. That
If you're
was
looking
that
at the
was
last 3 years,
my criteria more or less. When coming to mind with the who I'm taking, it was last 3 years. But my initial list idea was for this year specifically. But yeah, I'm still like
I'm saying if you're doing a fantasy draft, not like a fantasy football draft, but if you're doing teams redrafting wide receivers right now, I think you would see those 3 for sure would be 1, 2, 3, or Tyreek Hill in that 4, and then 5 honestly could be a combination of like Justin Jefferson. It could be DK. It could be.
I'm not putting Justin there
Allen
yet.
Robinson.
I'm not putting Justin there yet.
No, but I'm just saying like you could just the trajectory.
No,
if someone wants to drop the young
Allen
upcoming
Robinson,
wide receiver.
Keenan Allen. I mean,
Yep.
like they're
AJ Brown, like people forget how good AJ Brown is in a run-centric offense. Like this year, he had. Wait, let me see. I just had it here. He had 70 catches for 1075 and 11 touchdowns, and that's in a team that primarily runs the football.
Well, their goal is to run. Also, they have Corey Davis, who's an also pretty decent receiver.
Exactly. So if you pick him up and put him in a Kansas City situation, the dude's gonna go bonkers. He's gonna go bonkers.
My thing, but to your point with Allen Robinson, we're talking about a dude that has had Blake Bortles, Nick Foles, and Mitch Trubisky as his quarterback, and he is still putting up top 10 numbers.
Yeah, 1 second here.
Year over year.
Yeah,
that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, 1 second. I just had his stats up here just a second ago. I'm gonna pull it back up. His last 3 seasons, he had and remember he's only 27. So that's
I like again he plays for Chicago. I don't care for Chicago at all.
Yeah.
But I can respect talent. I respect Adam Thielen. I used to like Kirk Cousins. I don't really anymore. But Adrian Peterson, I always loved AP because the dude was just transcendent.
Yeah.
I just hated that he would just destroy the Packers.
He ran the football pretty well.
He was really good at it.
Yeah. So he spent 3 years in Chicago. He only played 12 games his first year. He had 55 catches, 754, and 4 touchdowns. So I would say that's pretty average. And then after that, he had 98 for 1147, 7 touchdowns. And then this year he had 102 catches for 1250 and 6 touchdowns. That is really good for a team without in my opinion, a starting caliber quarterback in the NFL.
And went 8-8.
And went 8-8. Yeah, like a team that went 8-8. Like he's
Bears
pretty
suck.
damn good.
Yeah, they're not good.
He's pretty damn. Well, actually,
if they would have played,
the Bears are not that bad. If they had a quarterback,
they're a quarterback away.
Like David Montgomery, absolute stud.
Yeah.
Allen Robinson, stud.
Yeah.
They had who was it?
Anthony Miller's not a bad player.
Jimmy Graham, stud.
No, not stud. Not overrated flyboy.
Tyreek Cohen's not a bad
Tyreek Cohen. Well, he's gone now. He's gone.
He's on the team.
I thought he left for the.
I thought he shrunk again.
No, he was in the trade rumors for the Eagles, and
That's okay.
Yeah, and he tweeted I just talked to my agent. No. So.
Okay. No,
but Allen Robinson's
the
up there for me. Keenan Allen, those guys are been doing it for years. I have an appreciation for Allen Robinson, and I love Keenan Allen big time too.
Also, I do understand Julio is also on the Falcons. No. But people need to start putting some respect on Calvin Ridley's name.
Oh yeah,
Calvin Ridley.
Oh, yeah.
The problem
dude had 1,400 yards this year.
He was fifth in receiving yards this year.
The problem with Calvin Ridley is the same problem that DK Metcalf have. He's in the shadow of the number 1 wide receiver on their teams with Tyler Lockett and Julio Jones.
I do
Not
agree
anymore.
I do agree these people draw coverage, but as we stated, Calvin played 15 games.
Yeah, but what
Julio
I'm saying
only
is,
played 9.
What I'm saying is that when you think of the Falcons, the first thing that comes to your head is
No, it's Julio Jones.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with you look at the Browns. Jarvis Landry is very
Juice
good.
is the heartbeat of the Browns.
Very good. But
He's
when
the
you think
heartbeat.
of Browns, the first thing you think of is Odell.
I personally, I think of Nick Chubb now. I just think of their running.
Well, yeah,
game.
but I'm talking about wide
Yeah.
receiver. I'm talking about
Or
wide receiver.
Baker's probably
You know,
next.
that's another guy
And
we
then
didn't even,
Odell.
we didn't even have a conversation about. But talent-wise, Odell's probably still a top 5 receiver in the game.
No,
I
mean-
said he was
Yeah.
a minor mention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If we're going over the
Yeah,
last 3
talent-wise,
years,
yeah.
it's-
He's top 5.
Last year,
And I think AB is too, to be honest.
Yeah, I just
Nah.
AB hasn't played. He played 1.5. He played half a season in the last 2 years, though. So that's hard to say.
it's
I mean, it depends how many years we're going back. If we're going back to
He just said
2018,
3.
like I
If you're
said.
going back to 2018,
I said I'm
he's-
using 3 as my
If you're
as
taking
my
18,
personal
19,
measurement.
and 20, he is not top 5.
No,
He's not.
no. But talent wise, he's there.
Because
yeah.
he
He's
sat
right
out
there.
a full season, then he played half this season.
Yeah.
So, I mean, now if he gets
That's fair.
another shot and he plays for another team, and then he's back to being relatively close to AB,
Another
then
one
yeah,
that-
absolutely.
Another one that doesn't get any slack is DJ Moore. DJ Moore is an absolute stud.
Yeah, DJ
with
Moore's a stud.
the Panthers, right?
Panthers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he finished
stud.
ninth.
Dude,
in receiving
Robbie
yards this year.
Anderson was my favorite pickup because he just caught all the scraps
Yeah.
because Moore was just
was
always
a-
covered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DJ Moore's
He
very
was
good.
good for my
Moore's
fantasy
very
team this
good.
year.
Very
Robbie
good,
Anderson
very good.
actually should probably be in a top 15-ish conversation over the last 3 years.
Yeah, I
He
think
did
one
he
of
did
them.
a lot with the Jet. He did a
He was with
lot
the
with the
Jets, yeah.
Jets.
I know,
That's
but
tough.
top 15, you're taking him over like Adam Thielen. You're taking him over.
No, Adam Thielen is
I'd
Adam
take him over
Thielen is
Metcalf. Yep.
Adam Thielen is 100% in the top 15, like top.
Yeah, that's what I'm
10.
saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like AJ. You're not taking Robbie Anderson over AJ Brown. You're not taking him over
Where did Thielen
Metcalf
finish
or
this year?
Lockett. You're not taking him over Amari Cooper. Like you're like there's a lot of really good NFL receivers right now. It's hard.
I hate the Cowboys. I
I do
hate
too.
the Cowboys, dude. They have
Thielen
3 of
even
the best.
receiver on his team
They have
anymore.
3 of the best receivers.
Justin Jefferson had 1 year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Adam
games.
Thielen is
He didn't even-
100% still a
Listen,
top 15.
125
Justin
yards.
Jefferson was under the shadow. He literally he was open because they were doubling Adam Thielen.
Adam
Yeah,
Thielen
that'll be
a
interesting to
shit
see.
ton of.
It's the Juju effect. It's the same thing
No,
that happened
it's
with
the
Juju
same
playing
thing.
with AB his first 2 years.
It's the reason
thing.
Adam Thielen blew up is because everyone was like, "Hey, we need to cover Diggs," and then Adam
100%.
Thielen is the quote unquote unathletic white guy.
Yeah.
Guess what? He smoked
Adam-
your ass.
Adam Thielen missed 1 game, so he had 74 catches for 925 yards and 14 touchdowns. That's
Oh, he had
that's
14
top 10.
touchdowns.
That's top 10. That's like an 8, 9, 10.
Well,
receiving
again,
year.
for perspective,
Damn.
Adams had
Third
Devontae
most.
Adams had the most at 18.
Right.
So 14 is pretty damn good.
14 is
Yeah.
really good. So
Yeah.
like
It's
it's
third, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he's very good.
My top 5 is no different than all of, except for 5th. I have Metcalf. So, I mean, realistically, Justin Jefferson might marginally be better. He has 3 less touchdowns, but more yards and 5 more catches for this year. I didn't do one for the receivers now. So, we can move on.
Okay.
You don't
Way to make points. Really bring something
All
to
right,
the table
sorry,
there.
Devontae Adams. Hey, I'm just going to reiterate all the points that you guys made. I have
Yeah, but why
Stephon Diggs. I have
Metcalf at 5? That's what that's
Yeah, no, I mean, really, it's the
Metcalf at
one
5 is
difference.
Because
yeah.
I give him the edge because I like him as a player. And
You had him on
he-
your fantasy team.
I like him as a player. He has 3 more touchdowns, and I think he's. I just think I don't know. Maybe
Why
he's
aren't
a
you
little
wearing the jersey right now?
harder to guard than Justin Jefferson. I don't know.
Why,
I mean, he's-
why don't you have your jersey?
I
on
think
right
it's ability wise, it's right there. Ability wise, I think he's better than Justin Jefferson. But
So to me, okay, if you want to say body or harder to guard or whatever, what is the difference between Metcalf and AJ Brown?
there's not
They're
really
they're
much, to
built
be
the
honest.
exact
They're-
same.
The same exact.
They
player.
are. Yeah, I mean,
Exact
they
same.
played in the
Exact
same
player.
team in college,
now.
correct?
The same.
No.
But they're the same equivalent. Putting you got
I
Tyreek
know
Hill,
they're really good friends.
DJ Metcalf, who's harder to guard too. Think about it that way as well.
I don't think
Tyreek Hill, you said?
Yeah, who's harder to guard between those two?
Tyreek Hill.
Probably Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like that's the kind of stuff.
Honestly, I understand like route running and hands and all that stuff. Tyreek Hill is probably the hardest wide receiver to guard in the NFL. I mean,
Yes.
like for how fast he is and how they evolve him
He's
in the offense and his cut on a dime speed. Like
he's incredible. He
probably
might be the hardest maybe ever.
Yeah, he might be the hardest to cover. That doesn't mean he's the best, but he might be straight up like cornerbacks probably hate playing
I'll
him
take
more
Devontae
than
Adams.
I mean, you could. I mean, it's fine. I mean, you're not wrong.
He also has the MVP thrown to him though too.
But
That
okay,
helps.
DK had
I know.
DK had the potential.
And so does Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill has the
that's my point with the AJ Brown comparison.
Yeah.
Built the exact same. One has Ryan Tannehill, one has Russell Wilson.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, I mean, listen. Like, let me ask you this: Does
I mean-
Tyreek Hill, if Tyreek Hill doesn't play with Travis Kelce, how much better is his numbers?
I think significantly worse.
I don't think so.
I think worse.
I think significantly
I think
worse.
worse.
I think it helps him.
On a play-by-play basis, who is covering Travis Kelce?
It's going to
What
be the
position?
safety
On
is going to
linebacker
be
or safety?
directly.
So that safety could
every
be
time
on
the safety
double
is going to
team
be
Hill or
directly
Shadow
on.
every time. Then
They double team
Exactly.
Hill every play, anyways. I think Travis Kelce benefits more. I honestly believe this.
I'm not sure about that.
I think Travis Kelce benefits.
We'll have
more
to watch
from
the
having
film
Tyreek
on
Hill.
this, dude. I'm telling you, we're going to have to
I
watch
know.
the film on this.
That's just what from what I've seen, and that's just my opinion. I think that Travis Kelce benefits more from having Tyreek Hill than Tyreek Hill does benefiting from having Travis
Okay,
Kelce.
so wait, let me throw this one at you real quick. And
I'll catch it.
I'm going to try and lay this out. So we'll go back to, I think it was the 2017 Patriots. Rob Gronkowski, all-time tight end. We can compare to Travis Kelce. Safety, absolutely, every single time has to take on one of the best tight ends of all time. You're not putting a linebacker on those two players. All right.
If you did, they scored.
Okay. Braden Cooks and Tyreek Hill, not even remotely comparable compared to Gronk and Kelce. Braden Cooks had his best year ever with the Patriots because he was single covered. Had a really good year with the Saints as well when they had Jared Cook. The difference is, Braden Cook's still really good, not even remotely doing what he used to because guess what? He was getting double teamed for a year.
Yeah.
To me,
Braden Cooks finished 10th in receiving yards this year.
no, again, still good, but like that year with Tom Brady and that offense, because they had Gronk and because he had to get single covered every
The
time.
Super Bowl against the Eagles lost.
He did.
Mm-hmm. No, because
Eagles had a really good defense that year.
No, because Malcolm Jenkins knocked him out in the first play of the game.
Hey. But no, my point is, I think wide receivers benefit more from having a good tight end than the opposite. Tight ends, like George Kittle doesn't really have a number one receiver. George Kittle's still really good though.
Yeah, it's tomato because like
You can go both ways, 100%.
Yeah, because Tyreek Hill, I guarantee you, like I'm not guaranteeing you. I would, if we were to look at a percentage, if I had to guess, an educated guess, I think that Tyreek Hill would see more double teams than Travis Kelce would, like on a play-by-play basis. We probably could find that, and that could probably be.
I can actually give you a reasonable example from the Packers this year. Robert Tonyan had 3 total touchdowns his entire career.
Mm-hmm.
He had 11 this year.
Yeah, and that's not because of him getting immensely better.
But he did work out with George Kittle all offseason.
Yeah, that's. I mean, like it's a. It's
no,
very,
I mean, look, I'm not gonna.
Each other. It's football.
I'm not gonna. Yeah, football is the ultimate team sport. I've preached this because reasons. But no, I mean, you have to look at it as a whole. I think, yeah, it's a symbiotic relationship. They're still going to benefit off of both people being there. Yeah, I know, right? They're still going to benefit off of everyone being around them. Like, obviously, tight ends or receivers are dog shit without a good line. Mm-hmm. Like, because the quarterback doesn't have enough time to get it to them. They don't have enough time to run the routes. There's all these things that go into it. But at the end of the day, like, yeah, props to the Chiefs, though. I mean, look, I'm not discrediting either of them. Props to the Chiefs for having 2 of the top, 10 just receivers in the game. Yeah. 2 of the top 5, actually, probably this year. Like,
yeah,
one's not even technically a receiver.
No, a person that can catch a ball is what I'm labeling a receiver right now.
It's crazy.
Like, Adams and Tonyan both had, I think they had 39 of Aaron? No, that can't even be remotely accurate.
18 and 11. That's 20. It's 29.
Yeah.
29. Yeah,
29. Yes, 29. Math is really hard. 29 of his 48 touchdowns. So actually, that's probably realistic.
Yeah.
Like just those 2.
Yeah. So Lazard had the other half.
Lazard MVS had like
Yeah.
6 maybe.
Yeah.
Mercedes Lewis had 1.
Aaron Jones probably had 3 or 4.
Couple, yeah. But, I mean, they all benefit off of it. That's my thing, is, like, Tanyan wasn't anything until this year, and yes, he improved, absolutely. But does Tunyon get that open without Devontae Adams commanding that much respect? I mean, it's the same with Hill and Kelsey. Like, all right, Kelsey was the only one that did anything in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He was. He was the only one that did anything.
Yeah,
out
he
of
had
the receivers.
111 yards or something like that.
Like he
11 catches.
He was the only one that could catch anything, first of all. And second, he was just cutting them down the middle of the field because they were playing cover 2. So Kelsey could just run to the middle of the field, sit there, and congratulations, you caught it for 11 yards.
Yeah.
But that's because they wanted to take away Tyreek Hill because of what Tyreek Hill did to the Buccaneers in Week 6, where he went for 250 yards by halftime. So you can make the case either way. It's just
right.
Yeah. What are you looking at, by the way?
I found Tyreek Hill's double team. He's double teamed 36% of plays.
Okay. Do you have any
Are
comparisons
the
to that?
initials to this website PH?
Pornhub?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You getting double teamed over here.
No, yeah.
So what you're telling me is Tyreek Hill gets beat up.
Yeah, like yeah. 30, and you gotta remember, like that's
almost
out of
like
the
his
snaps.
wife.
Oh
Jesus!
Oh yeah.
No, like that's out, and that's messed up. Wow. No, and you gotta remember that's out of that's out of those snaps he plays. That's not even out of all the team snaps. I'm trying to find Travis Kelce now. It's hard to find it.
Well, and to be fair, double teaming, I don't know. Best cornerback in the league, Jair Alexander.
Huh. Of course, you would say that.
No, PFF says that.
Of course they would say that.
Yeah, I know, right? Super Packer biased. Mike Florio hates Aaron Rodgers. Anyway, we good? The guy that owns PFF.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that.
Good bit. Hey, good bit. Round of applause if you're still here.
Phenomenal. All right. Let's get on to the trade rumors of quarterbacks real quick, just because the QB carousel is going to be wild this year. Watson
not much has changed, really.
No, Watson is still demanding a astronomical price after the Stafford trade just because it's Deshaun Watson, who's 26. I still don't think he's going to get traded. I think it's a fun narrative and fun to speculate. I don't think Deshaun Watson's going anywhere, though. It's like the Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers thing that popped up. Like, neither of them are going anywhere. Like, let's be real.
The only difference is that he actually asked for it, where the other two didn't.
No, that is a significant difference, but I still don't think
they both just made foot in their mouths comments.
At the end of the day,
and Aaron,
though,
that's all they did.
The dude that signs the check gets to decide, and guess what? That ain't any of the three of them.
No, exactly. Yeah, you can talk about player empowerment all you want, but you want to get paid, get on the field.
It's still the dude that has the power. The power of the pen is still greater than anything you can do on that field.
There's thousands of guys that are trying to make an NFL roster at quarterback in the United States and in the world. Really, they can find someone.
Yeah, you're talking about 32. You're talking about 32 dudes out of 320 million.
I'm just saying. You know, someone can take that spot. There's a guy that we're going to talk about here between Carr and Mariota. Would love to have that spot there in Houston. They'd love to be.
100%. Yeah, so we can talk about that one. Both Carr and Mariota, are literally on the trading block. One of them has to go because you can't retain both those salaries.
I thought the Raiders said that Carr is like content, like he's staying.
As soon as Deshaun Watson came up, and
they used him as bait a little bit a couple times.
Yeah, they've discussed shipping Carr if you can get the right piece for it, which is I'm believing. Look, we all know Gruden wasn't a huge fan of Derek Carr when he came in.
Right.
Like
every quarterback like friendly coach wants their guy.
Yeah, and John Gruden, while he's the quarterback dude, didn't like Carr when he got hired. He stuck with him because they just paid him a load of money.
And he is talented.
And no, Derek Carr is still, I would say, a top 15 quarterback in the league.
Yeah, he led the NFL
Like,
in completion percentage this year.
He's above average, but yeah, I mean, I can understand you wanting your dude. They brought Mariota in there for the competition because Mariota at one point was good. Mariota played well when Carr went down with his groin injury, but also Carr had to get surgery this offseason, so what's to say, like, hey, let's not just ship him off while we can still get something out of him because we don't know if he's going to be able to come back. Like,
yeah. I mean, personally, like if you're talking, like, it's so hard in the NFL to be a GM or a coach because we all know if you don't have any of the 5 quarterback names or even like any of the 3 or 4 quarterback names, we'll say you're pretty much on the outside looking in at a Super Bowl. Like you are. Like if you like over the last 20 years. The playing in the Super Bowl has either been, in the AFC, it's been Big Ben, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Pat Mahomes, right?
The NFC is a totally different story.
Joe
Flacco played in 1, but like on the NFC side, because the NFC has way more parity over the last like 20 years than the AFC, has been like what? Like even the AFC Championship game, NFC Championship game, it's been Rodgers, Russell Wilson,
Manning,
yeah, Eli Manning.
Wilson, Goff been there once.
Right. Like you could go back to
Rex
McNabb.
Grossman,
Nick Foles.
Stop! Don't say. I mean,
Nick
McNabb went to like 3 or 4 of them. Nick Foles.
He went to three consecutive.
Yeah, he went to 3 consecutive, but they actually went to another one. They went to another one later. He's been to 4
later on.
Yeah.
The NFC has a ton of parity, so that one's not necessarily.
But does it matter either way? Who's in the Super Bowl in the NFC? We have not
Drew Brees.
seen Drew Brees. Drew Brees. But in the NFC, like there hasn't been bad quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. I think probably the worst one that I can name in the last 10 years is probably Colin Kaepernick. He was the worst NFC quarterback in. Well, I guess you could say Nick Foles. Probably Nick Foles, and then Colin Kaepernick. So, like, they're like the two.
Yeah, I was going to say,
no
Colin Kaepernick ran for 200 yards, or almost 300.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If you don't have one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL, you're pretty much.
Oh my god.
Fuck.
You guys are so terrible. But yeah, if you don't have one of the best quarterbacks, you're pretty much on the outside looking in. So it's pretty tough to be, like Derek Carr is good, but is Derek Carr going to get you to a Super Bowl? Probably not.
Not with them. I think Derek Carr on a good on a solid team would do well. Like you put Derek Carr on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're there. They're there.
I mean, they have a good.
You put Tom Brady on any 32 teams, he's there. Super Bowl.
Stop.
Yeah, not even close.
No.
But yeah, so I don't know. It's very hard. Like how much better do you get? Like that a quarterback who's available right now. How much better do you get than Derek Carr?
That's
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
But they're saying he's not available.
Yeah, I was
Watson
going to
and
say
Wentz,
I'm going to put
Wentz.
Wentz above Carr.
Wentz.
Yeah. Okay,
If
I
Wentz
agree.
is technically available. If Wentz is available.
Okay, but would you put Dak in that conversation over Derek
Now,
Carr?
Who's
Dak
better?
over Carr.
Well,
I'll
I know
take
he's
Dak over
not
Carr.
available anymore.
Yeah.
Who do you take? Goff or Carr? I feel like they're on the same level.
Carr.
I'll take Carr.
I'll take David.
One's in the Super Bowl. One is even. Is Derek Carr even in the playoffs?
But one went to the Super Bowl, scored 3 points, and has been declining since.
One
Got
was.
carried by his
That's
legendary
very true, but I'm
defense.
just
Just-
saying, like,
Hey, look, people forget, just like Carson Wentz, Derek Carr was an MVP candidate, leading the Raiders to 12-4.
And then ACL.
Yeah, and then
Forgot about that.
what
Derek
was
Carr.
that? Yeah, I did forget about that. Buddy.
No, Derek
when?
Carr. Yeah, they had
2 years
they
ago?
against the like 3 or 4 years ago.
It was
It was the
before
same
Gruden.
year. I think
It was before Gruden.
No, it was before. It was when they had Khalil Mack. Khalil Mack might have been a rookie or a second-year player.
Yeah.
It was the same. I think it was the same year it happened to Carson Wentz. I think they both went down.
They had a really good wide receiver with them. Who was their wide
Amari
receiver?
Cooper.
Amari Cooper.
It was Amari
that's what it
Cooper, yeah.
And they have Michael Crabtree.
Crabtree.
Yeah, Cooper
Yank
was
and
a
chain,
rookie
Mike.
that year. No, that's the thing. Like Derek Carr has had MVP
Man, Latavius
caliber
Murray.
seasons.
Latavius Murray was a rookie year that year, and he went off.
Dude, I'm telling like
Evan, that was the year. Evan, that was the year that we went to the Raiders Steelers game, and
True.
the score was like 45-42.
Yep, we won.
Yeah,
yeah,
that was crazy.
The
That
Derek
game was
Carr is that dude when placed in the right system. This was again before John Gruden, but yeah, I mean, Derek Carr is that dude. I would take Derek Carr, I think, with the ceiling just like Carson Wentz. So, I'm not like Goff at one point,
You put Derek Carr in that same team as the Rams when Goff was playing with the wide receiving core that he had with Kupp, Woods, and Cooks. And having Todd Gurley.
When he was at the best.
All time after that year, like he was crazy. And then that defense on top of it, you put you sub any name.
Give me Carr over Goff, and I like Goff, but
I don't think he gets much better than Derek Carr for quarterbacks who are available. Like Matt Stafford's not available.
I'm still I think Dak is better than Carr.
Yeah,
that's fine. We're gonna have everyone who's listening. We're gonna have a good segment about Dak Prescott in one of the upcoming episodes.
Listen, it's all whoever
we have a
has
very,
a
very good segment.
Three-lettered name men are well endowed.
You know his name's Dakota, right?
Facts.
You know his name's Dakota.
Yeah, we're not talking. We're not talking about him.
Yeah, okay, we're talking about Dak Prescott, not Dakota.
No, we're not even talking about Dak.
You know his name's Dakota.
We're talking about
because his name's Cow.
We're talking about the two dudes on the top of the screen here.
No.
We have three-letter names well endowed.
Four letter.
4-letter.
Big meat swingers.
Just more power.
Hey, 4 stands for 4 inches too short, so.
Hey, you know what it is? I think it's
mine's 4 inches short of 16.
I think it's one. Oh my god! I think it's actually one syllable names are what slap, like Ty, Cade, Cow, and then there's
Evan.
Yeah, Evan.
Evan.
All of you. Fuck.
I mean, that's easy. That's just a full line.
No, I do think that you don't get much better than Derek Carr. Like, you want to build around a guy like him more than you want to.
With the 4 names, I would say take Mariota out of it because we don't know. Just say Watson, Wentz, Carr, and Darnold. The 4 I would go.
And Dak. Don't forget Dak's on the shopping block.
Yeah, but Dak is a free agent though.
No, he's not. He's
free agent.
No, Dak is no. Dak is a free agent.
He's a free agent.
I thought he was franchise.
He's available.
He got franchise tagged last year. They haven't.
He's not tradable.
They haven't re-upped Dak's franchise tag. He played 4 years.
I'm an idiot.
Yeah, 4 years. Franchise 5th. This is his 6th year. He's completely eligible to sign wherever the fuck he wants.
Out of those 4 names,
unreal.
Out of those 4 names, I would go Watson 1, mainly because of age.
No, he's 26.
And stats.
And ability.
And stats and ability.
Yeah, I'm talking about between him and Wentz. I'm talking about between him and Wentz.
He's head and shoulders above Wentz.
Right now. Going into
everything involved, Watson 1, and I think it's over age for him over
Carr
Wentz.
2.
Wentz 2, Carr 3, Darnold 4. And I think that's pretty transcendent. I think majority everyone would say that.
I hope a couple
Sam
of these
Darnold
guys
needs to prove him. He just needs a place to prove himself.
To me, for the right price, I'm taking Darnold over Carr.
I would love Darnold.
I think so
Actually,
too.
I would give
for
the
the right
rights to my first
son.
Darnold.
Value wise, I think Sam Darnold would be the best value.
No,
because for all the other guys you're gonna have to trade for, unless like you traded Derek Carr. Well, no, if you traded Derek Carr like for Carson Wentz, but you're gonna give up picks. If you trade Derek Carr for Deshaun Watson, you're gonna give up picks. But if you traded Derek Carr for Sam Darnold, you're gonna get picks.
And a pet rock.
I'm
value-wise, probably Sam Darnold is your best bet.
Yes.
Bill's
been chilling.
I'll go get him.
Bill can sit on the mic. He can. I see it. I see his spot for Bill.
Get him.
Go get Bill.
Go get Bill.
I'll go get
Bill. This is what they're trading for Sam Darnold.
I don't know what's happening. No, but honest to God, like, for the price, I'm taking Darnold because I think Darnold's ceiling is way higher than... Not way higher. That's incorrect. Darnold has a very high ceiling, and he's been playing with the Jets for 3 years.
And if you can get him for cheap, what I'm saying about getting more players.
No, if you can get him for a third and fourth round pick, you're 100% trading for Sam Darnold.
Yeah. Well, you have to trade. I'm sorry. Does Sam Darnold have an existing contract with the New York Jets?
Yeah, he's going into his last year. Well, he was a first round pick, so they have the 5th year option.
Bill, right here. Hi. That's Bill.
All right.
Yep, Bill. Bill made the pod.
He's been everywhere.
Bill is very, very dangerous.
Yes.
Bill hitting your foot, Ty, is unimaginable pain.
He's no nonsense.
All right, fair enough.
Are we gonna do bets?
Real quick.
We got more?
Well,
Yeah.
we kind of hit on that already. So I was gonna say Tua, Locke, and Darnold. Do we actually think they're
112
going to
count.
be moving?
If Tua moves, it's for Deshaun Watson in
Yeah,
Houston.
that's
Yeah,
the only
that's
one
the
I
only
really
way.
see happening.
That's the only way.
As far as Drew Lock goes, Denver is very much in the market for any of these quarterbacks. They're in the market. They were in the market for Stafford. They were in the
Drew Lock
market
is-
for Deshaun Watson. They're in the market for Deshaun Watson. I think they would take Carson Wentz in a heartbeat if they could get him for the right price.
I don't think Drew Lock's a starting quarterback.
See, he's had flashes, and I don't.
I said that before this year too.
I know. He's had flashes, but
He
the,
loved
the,
him.
Cade was a big Drew Lock guy.
the
Yeah.
problem
I
with
thought
Den-
he was going to take a big step. I did. I thought he was going to take a big
the
step.
problem with
Cade was
Denver right
Cade was
now,
calling Denver like the team this year.
dude. I'm
The
telling you,
he said it.
I said
He
the
said the
sneaky
sneaky
playoff
team.
team. The
Yeah.
sneaky playoff team was going to be Denver.
and he's not wrong with their offensive talent and barring
They have
Von
the
Miller
ultimate 12
stays.
man with their air atmosphere.
Like
Yep.
I'm telling
People
you,
can play.
Denver needs to get a quarterback right now and win right now, while Von Miller can still play with Bradley Chubb, with KJ Hamler, with Courtland Sutton, with Tim Patrick. Like, they have the pieces. They have Melvin Gordon. People forget about that. They have the pieces still.
They have one of the best young wide receiving cores in the league.
No, arguably the best.
Yeah, Sutton, Jerry Jeudy, and KJ Hamler are good.
Arguably the best.
Yep.
Yeah,
Honestly, and honestly, don't count out the Bears. The Bears are going to have to make a move.
no, the
They
Bears,
are not. The Bears are not running it back because if
But
they
I
don't
think
run it back,
Locke and Trubisky are quite literally the same person. So
yeah, if they run it back with Trubisky or Nick Foles, Allen Robinson will be on the team.
No, Allen Robinson already said he wants to go to a winner, and I mean, I think that's been very clear that the Bears aren't that.
Yeah, but if the Bears would,
He tweeted it out during the Super Bowl. He's like, "I want to be here."
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he literally said, "I want to win a Super Bowl."
but what if the Bears were to
Bears make a play for Wentz, he stays.
if they make a play for Wentz or they make a play for like obviously Deshaun Watson, Dak Prescott, all those guys, he comes back.
To me, I genuinely just believe, one, Houston's not going to let Watson go, which in two is just making the price far too high for Deshaun Watson. I don't see a realistic way other than the Texans trading him just getting robbed. I don't see it happening.
Well, you never get true value back for a player.
No, I
never do.
don't see it.
So before we get into the bets here, I just wanted to bring up something just for everyone that's still listening right now. As we get closer here to the summer stuff, less sports are happening. You know, we're gonna have more, conversations like we've had tonight where it's hypotheticals and stuff. If you have anything that you guys want us to talk about, anything you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to text this number. Evan makes easy bets. Text this number. Say Evan makes easy bets and give us our topic.
You can't put my number on. You can't do that.
So please do that.
Please write this time down, Ty.
But on a real note, if you do,
I have the same record as Cal, but I make
If
easy
anything-
bets. How does that happen?
If anything,
Evan, you
if
started
guys-
out like you literally started out like 4-7. And
Doesn't
now
matter.
you're-
It's all the same record right now.
No, but
Ty.
seriously.
I'm gonna take the 76ers minus 6.
Really easy bets I must be making.
Yeah.
But seriously, if
Makes sense.
you guys do want us to talk about anything or have any questions, DM us. Our Twitter links at the bottom here. I know people are listening. It's just at Just Us Guys Pod. Shoot us a DM of anything you guys want us to talk about or touch base on. Anything we haven't touched yet into the sporting world or any betting stuff that you want us to have any insight on.
I love being touched.
Send us a DM. Definitely that's something that we want to get more involved with you guys that are listening to us and watching us and
Let's get after it together, right?
Evan,
Yeah,
it's actually remarkable. You started out like 1-5, and you've gone 1-1 every week since that.
Hey,
it's because
Yeah,
he takes
can you-
one
hey,
easy bet and then
Can
the
you?
other one.
Yeah. Yeah, heads. You took a 50-50. You took heads.
Look,
You're
I
the
mean,
biggest
let's just dive into this real quick. Evan, week 1, Nets -2, Dolphins -3.
Where's the
Dolphins
easy
ones
bet
I'll give
there?
you.
He
Where?
he went 1-1 there, by the way.
I like the Dolphins pick. -2. with the
Evan,
Nets
Evan
to
the
my
next
line.
week, Philadelphia +1.5. That's basketball.
Money line bet.
What?
Florida
That's
college
pretty much money line bet. It's actually worse than a money line
college bet +3.5. Went 0-2.
Where's the easy bets?
Evan week
I mean, a
3,
+1
Seattle
bet is
-4, Bears.
+1. You might as well just pick the money line. At +1.
Hey, Seahawks -4, Bears +9.5. 0-2. That
Where's the
+9.5.
where's the easy bets?
That +9.5 in a playoff game.
I lost. I freaking lost.
It's
Just
you're
because you
really
lose
bad.
doesn't make it a hard bet.
I lost the bet.
Just because you make it,
I lost the
just
bet.
because you lose doesn't make it a
How
hard
is it an
bet.
easy bet? How is it an easy bet? I lost the bet.
Saints
If it was
-3.
easy, I would have won the bet.
Saints -3. Lost that one. Bills -2. Got that. Props, Evan. You're now sitting at 2-6.
And then no, this is when the stretch of easy ones
Easy
come.
bets.
Here we
This is
go.
when the stretch of easy ones
Bucks +3 against the Packers. By all means, congratulations. You got that right, man. Shout out.
That's not an easy one.
Bills +3. That's a loss.
Easy one. I'm just kidding. Calm down.
Where are we at now? Cavaliers -3. That was a W. Good job on Sexland. Nets -7. L. All right, Evan. Evan,
The
you're
only
sitting,
bet that
Evan,
I'm
Evan,
gonna
you're
hear
sitting at
is
4
the
and 8.
hedge
You're
bet.
sitting, you're sitting at 4 and 8 now, man. Props. Chiefs -3. L. Heads W. Shout out for the 50-50 bet.
Yeah,
Got it.
really good win there.
Evan,
Thanks,
that
buddy.
brings us to this past week.
I won a lot of money.
Cleveland.
That bet.
Cleveland +9.5.
That's an easy bet.
L.
Ow! I lost.
You're taking a
It
team that's
doesn't
almost
matter.
+10
It
points.
doesn't matter.
Lost the bet.
Losing bets don't make them
I
hard
lost
bets.
the bet.
Doesn't
oh my
mean
God.
anything.
I
Evan,
lost
Evan, you took
Evan,
a
the
-110 bet.
Let me ask
You
you,
took a
Evan.
-110 bet.
I lost.
Let me ask
So do
you a
every
question.
week, Kate.
No, I
Evan.
took a goal for finishing top 10.
When you
Listen,
bet,
Plus
listen.
600.
always -110.
Oh my god.
listen, Evan. Let me ask you a question.
Let
Let me. No, it's not Kate. Kate. Let me ask you a question. Evan, when you're at the roulette table, okay, you put money down on black or red, okay, or you put money down on a number. You still lose both bets. Which one's easier to win?
The bet.
No, I see. Yeah, no, 100%.
Tie. Real quick.
No, that doesn't matter.
No,
It doesn't
no,
matter.
I'm not going to hear the
Odds do not
bullshit.
correlate from what you just said. That is a
Evan,
horrible example. That is
Evan,
a horrible
I-
example.
Ty,
Ow.
I took a +600
That's like-
bet of Tony Finau to make a top 10.
Yeah, you
You're
hit that.
taking a -110. I'm doing.
Yeah, you
taking
hit
a
that.
fucking crapshoot.
You're doing
And
the
I hit
Lord's
it.
work.
We are not the same. We are not the same.
Shout out
Yes,
Cal for
we
riding
are.
with the
We are
overs
the
in
same.
back-to-back
We are
weeks.
Overs.
I would love to see.
Shoot you on the overs.
Evan, also real quick, shout out
I
whatever
have one easy
Caruso. You know, he was a +156. I'm glad you won that.
Thank you.
50-50 shot.
Wow, he picked an
Not
underdog.
150-50. No.
It's 1 versus 1.
So
Okay.
yeah, at the end of the
And your points were negated what you just said.
end of the story, Evan is 6-10 on the year. Kate is 7-9.
No.
Cal is 6-10. Ty is 8-8.
Hey,
That's like saying
Ty, have I gone 0-3 in the last 3 weeks?
we are not the
0-2.
same. You suck.
0-2 in the last 3 weeks? I'm pretty sure.
Right there, 0-2 Hornets Bucks. Let's see,
Yep.
0-2 Siwoo Kim in Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And Cade, nope, you're 1-5.
Yeah, that's so bad.
Your only one is
taking
Finau
outlandish
taking a
ones,
top
though,
10.
Evan.
It's amazing how I hit that. But
I'm taking outlandish ones,
Good
Evan.
for you, Cal. That's why you have the same
Celtics
record as me.
-3 was the other one, Cade.
No, 'cause
yeah,
you're not
your
taking
only
outlandish
win
ones.
is your only win is
You're
Finau
gonna suck.
top 10.
So in the last month, I've won
Yes.
one podcast bet. That's ridiculous.
Yep. So real
Wow.
quick,
I am doing
just,
a couple outlandish. I have golf on.
just,
Oh,
this week.
here we go.
just kick this off. Just kick this off real quick.
I do have a golf one that everyone should go put at least $10 on.
All right. Well, I got a golf one too, which is abnormal. Tony Finau top 5 plus 550. Give
Show
me
this
it.
week. Stay tuned to that one.
Lock it
It's a
up.
good tournament.
What'd you say, Ty?
Tony,
Are we on
He
the
said give it a minute. He knew he was
Oh.
talking.
Tony Finau Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Tony Finau, top 5, plus 550. Give me it.
Okay.
Well,
So the good best part about what my bet is going to be, we're kind of riding together. So that's good.
Give me that all day.
Yep.
As for basketball, because that's really all I got right now. Even though I am kind of hot on hockey, give me basketball at the moment. Ooh. Give me Jazz against Clippers, minus 2.5.
Jazz against Clippers tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
I saw that.
What are you giggling about down there?
Oh
Mountain Dew?
man,
And then I have Finau top 5.
I might just start. Oh, sorry. I might just start making the most outrageous easy bets, in spite of you guys. So I have the best record.
There's nothing different.
Best record.
You don't have.
I've made one easy bet, Kate. One.
You haven't, dude. Taking
Dog.
a basketball game at plus 9.5 is an easier bet than
Boys.
taking someone
I
minus 9.5.
lost.
Dog, I took the Nuggets minus 9.5. You got 9.5 points and you still lost.
They lost by 26.
The reason why they're getting 9 points is because they have a significant skill deficit versus the Nuggets.
And I quote,
They give them the
have
points.
you seen the Cavaliers lately? No, apparently
Yeah,
you haven't,
That
Evan.
was Kate that said that.
No,
that
Evan,
was you that said
You
that.
said that.
No,
That was
You
you.
said that. Evan,
I
you said
didn't
it.
said that.
defend
Clip it.
Kevin Durant.
Clip it and ship it.
I will clip it. I'll insert it.
Yeah.
My first bet's going to be Cleveland plus 9.5 tomorrow.
Against the Bucks? Is that who they play?
No, they're playing the Nuggets.
Nuggets. Ooh.
Have you not been paying attention to the Nuggets?
Little sex land action.
Yes. And have you been paying attention to Cleveland? They're decent.
You still, I mean, the Nuggets.
But that's a lot of points. It's 9.5 points. I got them by 10.
Nuggets by 25.
I'll take that bet.
25. That's got to be a plus something crazy on FanDuel.
Oh,
so let it ride.
I'm sure it is.
Here, I'll tell you. Go ahead, Evan, while you're making your bets. I'll let you know.
Guys,
Yeah, Evan, you literally
they
said that.
lost twice
Clip it and
to
ship
the
it.
Cavs.
Clip it and ship it.
He's in his own.
Evan
zone,
goes,
guys.
have
He
you
doesn't
seen the
know.
Cavaliers lately? And I go, have you seen the Nuggets? Yeah.
Clip it and ship it.
And
What?
I then
What are
followed
they?
I
They
then
lost
followed
tonight
that
to
up
the
and said
Celtics.
I then followed that up. Cal,
Cal,
stop.
putting up my number.
I then followed that up and said, hey, why not take the Thunder at plus 12 then? Guess what? They only lost by 1.
Actually, Ty made a joke about taking.
Cade, guess what Evan's doing right now?
What?
Write down my number
Yeah,
to show on the
100%.
screen.
Yeah, predictable.
It's
so
predictable.
So predictable. He's actually looking up your number because he's going to know what's on his head. Make sure that you made a joke about taking the Nuggets at minus 25.5, and they won by 27, and it was plus like
700.
yeah, it was like a ridiculous number.
It should have been more, but it was plus 700. I remember the conversation. I was here for it.
Cal, you ready?
I can go, yeah.
Yeah, whoever wants to. I got the pen ready.
So to go along with ties, we're kind of riding together. So for this weekend, for the Genesis Invitational, I'm going to take Finau to finish better than Bryson DeChambeau plus 100.
Dog, why are you making me like
To finish better than Bryson
Finau greater than Bryson is
1v1.
what I'm putting.
plus 100. No, it's also
That's
playing the golf
36
course
holes
for
of odds.
yeah,
Ev.
yeah.
That's 36 holes of odds.
At least 36.
It's not the same thing.
It's not
Well,
just
at a
one.
bare, I was gonna
tennis
say.
match.
I mean, yeah.
It's not just
It
one
is.
tennis match.
1v1. Your logic, 1v1.
Also,
I'm ready when you are. Oh, go. Sorry, Cal. Sorry.
Yeah, Cal's got a second one still.
Yeah, sorry.
so plus 100. I honestly think that's a lock in my opinion. You can clip this next week if it's not. But then I also have Sabonis. Yeah, Demonis Sabonis.
Yep.
Yep.
You got it.
Record a double double
What are the odds of that?
Very good.
Yeah, it's like minus 300.
I don't even want to hear it anymore.
Evan, he has to get at least 10 points and 10
It's
rebounds.
minus
or 10
300.
assists.
Oh,
That's
here
because
comes
he averages
Evan
that.
saying Nikola Jokic to get a double double, which he's averaged one or hit it every game. So I'm waiting for
All
it.
right, I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, let it ride.
Top 10, Matt Wolf plus 700. I make those.
Yeah,
We'll
no,
see.
fair enough. I mean, hey, Finau top 5 plus 550. I like that. I
Yeah,
like
I can do that too, Cal.
Wolf plus 700 top 10.
Trying to get that snap code on.
Cal, stop.
You knew that too, Kyle.
Evan, you might get a chick that DMs you or something, bro. It might help you out, homie.
And
please do. No, that's not my snap code, bro. I'll send
Okay.
you your snap code.
Still a thing.
My other bet is I'm taking
I don't even know how to do
Golden
that.
State +1.
Who?
I'm money line. I'll take Golden State money line because they're underdogs. I'm taking
Yeah,
Golden
they are
State money line
underdogs.
against Miami.
Tomorrow. I saw that. I almost thought about that.
Okay.
They're underdogs, so I'm taking them. So my bets, I just want everyone to hear this. My bets is a underdog NBA matchup, even though it's only +1. It's still an underdog NBA matchup, and I have a guy playing 72 holes of golf to finish in the top 10. So we're just making sure
If
we've
we-
been playing well,
No,
but I like
yeah.
his odds.
Yeah.
But it's in LA. He's back home. He should be able to figure it out.
They me?
Yeah.
It's not him.
Hey, I got Bryson DeChambeau to miss the cut. Plus 510.
That's
That's a good bet.
Yeah.
I like that bet.
Plus 510 for all the people out there. You know what? Let's do a round leader because it's plus 4,000.
You're riding hard with golf then.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take the most outrageous bets. Actually, you know what?
For mine, all you gotta do is just put like on my on the screen.
No, I'm
Scott's
literally
at the
putting
minus-
just
Finau
put great
greater.
sign.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I wrote, and that's what I'm gonna put.
Yeah.
Since Kyle took the minus 300, it's a little bit tempting.
It's not minus
For me.
three. It's like,
Like I told you,
-200.
just take a Joker double.
It's -200.
What
I
is
don't think he plays tomorrow. I don't think he plays tomorrow.
Joker plays tomorrow.
Does he? Well,
Yeah.
then I'm parlaying those two. I do it every night. I
Joker
parlay
play-
them two.
Hey, they play
Oh my
the
God.
They play the
Okay,
Wizards.
I'm doing McElroy top 10 plus 130.
So McElroy was a head-to-head McElroy versus Justin Thomas, and McElroy was not favored. Justin Thomas is favored, and I almost did that
So,
one.
Bryson to miss the cut at plus 510, and then McElroy top 10 at plus 130.
I mean, McElroy top 10 is almost a lock. He backdoor top 10s every single week.
Yes. If you legitimately want to make money, betting Rory top 10 every week is, I think, as long as it's plus money.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're making money over time.
Except for he's playing at Augusta. Even then, he makes a lot of top 10s at
No,
Augusta.
he makes the top 10 still.
Hey,
Like, Augusta just
just
doesn't
a
win.
just a quick heads up: Denver Nuggets to win by 21-25 plus 1900. 26 plus is plus 3800.
Yo,
Heads
the
down, Cal. Heads down, please. Thank you.
Denver
Heads forward.
The Denver Nuggets minus 3.5 tomorrow was a pretty good bet too against the Wizards.
Against the Wizards, I think is a really good bet.
Yeah.
I can't find the damn double, which is upsetting.
They take him. He gets so many of them that they don't allow it. Last night
No,
when
they
were
just
playing against
like
the
they don't
Lakers-
actually have like any of the player props on yet.
when they played against the Lakers last night or Sunday night, they didn't have it there, and I wanted to parlay it with James Harden and Sabonis.
Ah.
And by the
Easy,
way,
easy.
he did hit double.
I know he did. That's why they don't do it because they've done it so many times. He does it so many times.
Yeah, no, I mean he's literally hit a double every game,
Yeah.
whether it's
Oh.
assists or rebounds.
That's the same with Sabonis too. So
He
like,
did not
that's
hit
why
one
I-
tonight. Nikola didn't have one tonight.
Tonight.
Nope.
They played.
Well,
He
tonight?
had 31 points in the first half, though.
His stat line for tonight was
Did he drop 50?
16 of 23, 3 of 5 from 3.
3 or 5 for 3.
He had 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 43 points.
game.
I don't care. Give him the MVP.
Man, Michael Porter Jr. had 0 points.
Yeah, he tends to do that.
He played 24 minutes. He was 0 of 8, 0 of 5 from 3. Tough.
Well,
Wow.
Anything else that we want?
I think that's actually the first game of the season he
aggressive.
hasn't hit a double. That's
Could be.
actually insane. Nope. Against the Lakers on February 4th. That was the first game. That was a hell of a run. Hell of a run.
Hey guys, just want to let you all know that a few of us will be playing golf this coming week, so we will post score updates of Evan's first couple rounds of 2021.
No, boys.
Just
You
to
got
keep it
boys,
vibing.
boys. You gotta fleet the first. You gotta fleet the first hole.
I won't be there the first round.
Okay, fleet the first
Cal.
hole.
I will. I can definitely do that.
No, you got to fleet number
you're
9.
good.
Fleet number 9 at River's Edge.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can do that.
Yeah. I think for
Ty,
that's
Ty,
just cool
River's
for everyone,
Edge
really,
is a
not just
par
me.
5, okay, that has an island fairway into an island green. The whole thing is an island, and it's not very wide.
So Evan,
No.
you're teeing up with an iron, then, yeah?
Yeah.
Arnold Palmer designed it.
It's literally
Yes.
the golf course is called Arnie's Revenge. Like literally, he just wants to attack.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit 3-iron up there.
Hook it, and then we'll drop it.
It's gonna be 50 degrees, so it's gonna be chill. As he phases in, we are gonna phase out.
I hate Memphis. I hate the Grizzlies.
All right, yeah. Thanks for watching, everyone. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe.
Bye.
Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube. Do all those things that people say. Thanks for watching, listening, whatever you're doing. Have a great day. Take care.
See you next Tuesday.
Wednesday. Idiot.
You get it.